Go. Hello and welcome to Paper Scandal Dungeon World, presented by Pixel Scandal. We're gonna play some Dungeon World today, and with me I have a few less people than normal, but that's all right. Or one less person than normal, but right above me here in the overlay, we've got wonderful William, also known as Night Sun. Night Sun, how you doing this morning?
Why do we do this in the morning?
This is a very good
That
question.
that is a sufficient answer. To his next to him, we've got Adelaide, otherwise known as Gidget. How are you feeling this morning?
Also, regretting the decision to have this be mornings.
Well, you can't have Saturday morning cartoons if they're not in the morning. Three Fort, otherwise known as Areztez, how are you feeling today?
Good. I got to sleep in today. Woke up at 7:30. Usually getting up at 3:45 for work. So you guys are lazy. Got some Dauntless in and everything. Man, my day is halfway over.
All right, cool. Well, does anyone want to give us a recap, or should I just lead right in?
I believe I'm asleep on a roof somewhere, so...
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think we left off with, and our friend Forrest is currently sleeping off his Serpent's Tears hangover. If you haven't,
yeah.
if you haven't caught up, then definitely go check out the previous episode. It's up on YouTube, Pixel Scandal over on YouTube. But no, we're gonna do a little quick recap. So at the top of the last session, we don't have a name for your group. You guys are gonna need a group name.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
The gang strode into Andona Cali and strode into an Andona Cali looking for a fine hat. After running into several of the townsfolk, it seems that some rough-looking farmers decided they wanted to pick a fight with Forrest, to which Forrest gladly gave them the fight they were looking for. But it did draw the attention of some more important folk in town, especially one Khan Sunil of Sunil Trading Company, who bet on Forrest, which wonderful William and Three Fort were so kind as to bet against their friends. And when Forrest did win the little fight, they ended up owing Khan some money. So he brought him into his fine shop, to which they saw he has very fancy wares. Something that they didn't think about at the time, definitely them, not me, is that everything is priced extremely cheap here compared to everywhere else they've been. Because maybe the DM didn't read the equipment section and know how much stuff costs. But now he's come up with a reason, and you guys can figure it out if you care. But everything's really cheap here. For
Is
some
it cheaper
reason.
than normal? I thought we couldn't afford anything.
Yeah, we can't afford anything.
Can't, but you can't afford anything at all. So that's...
It doesn't matter. I don't think Did we even ask how much stuff costs? I think we were just like, we don't have money.
Yeah, I think you guys said, how much are those tierlets? And to which you replied 3 to 10 gold for the fancy ones. Which seems to have one less zero than you would have expected. Yeah, because I was thinking of coin the way Blades in the Dark handles coin, where you can buy a house with it. Okay, so after that, he did offer you guys a way to repay your betting debt. He said that there is some pest problems. So if you guys would like to deal with maybe some oozes that have been plaguing the town, and if you can find out where they come from and why, he'd be happy, gladly repay your debt and offer you some gear and things as trade. When you left his establishment, you ended up running into a couple of redcaps, gentlemen in they look like this. I can pull it up. I have a picture now. Maybe somewhere. Where's my red cap picture? So a couple of gentlemen, rough-looking guys that... can I show this to players? Show to players. Come on. All right, I can drag it out. There. You ended up seeing a couple guys like this coming your way. I gotta move over to the other chat. People can't see it. You ended up seeing a couple folks like that coming your way after being paid by the farmers you just beat up. And they were obviously a little more hardy fighters and gave Forrest a bit more of a run for his money, and in fact required the whole crew to kind of join in the fight to keep Forrest from killing himself with Serpent's Tears as he smashed it on his head and proceeded to try to headbutt everybody and hurt himself. But you guys eventually prevailed, if not weakly, with Three Fort having to run away down an alley to where he ran into the same redcap that he had just stabbed in the chest. So, with some quick thinking and a bit of charisma, he managed to talk himself into the redcap's den, which is where we'll pick up. You, Three Fort. So you were brought into this redcap den, and offered a seat, offered a bottle, and obviously are not being allowed to leave. There's probably a dozen or so redcaps in here, and one of them has just brought out a pack of cards.
Okay. I don't know this game.
Oh,
You have to teach it to me as we play.
That's not a problem. Buy-in is 1 coin.
Okay, first, I need to go remember how much coin I have because I don't want to put myself in debt to these guys. That is on this sheet. Well, let's just go with the assumption that I have about 5,000 coin.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. So
So,
I'll put a coin in.
okay.
We
So
did end
he,
up with a handful of coins from the fountain.
You do probably. I think you started with 10, and then if you check your pockets, you probably have about 7 more that you snagged from the fountain.
Okay. 17 coinery dues.
Yeah, 17 coinery dues. So, he plops down the cards and starts talking about town. So, new here, huh?
Yeah, I just came in from this other town back west.
All right.
Just passing through.
So, question for you, Areztez. Does Three Fort wear anything signifying the type of work that he does?
He would probably, had I thought about this question earlier, he would definitely wear something in the jewelry. Let me look at my skills.
Mhm.
Poison. It's not on there. Yeah, we'll say that he wears 2 silver bands on. Oh man, this is tough. This is like choosing a prestige class.
Mm-hmm. I suppose you could, if there was ways to signify more than one thing, you could do that.
Yeah. We'll go with on his second and fourth fingers on his right hand. He wears two bands, 2 silver bands on each finger.
Okay. So as you reach for the cards, presenting your bands, he kind of looks down and he nods. He says, "So, happy to see someone new." And he tosses you a card. What are you looking for? He's dealing to other people.
Well, I mean, I came into town with a couple of friends, and really, as far as I know, we're just looking for a fancy hat.
Hmm.
Yeah, is there anybody in town that you could think of that would have a fancy hat?
I could think of a couple. There's no finer hat sales than Sunil Trading Company, and he throws you a card. It is an ace of clubs. That signifies to you that this place is heavily guarded.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
he keeps dealing. He's like, good to hear. And he looks over at his buddy there, and he's, what happened to you? You look pretty messed up. And the other guy's like, yeah, it's fine. It was just a quick hit to the shoulder. I'll be all right. And he's like, obviously not all right. He's bleeding from his chest. And he says, why don't you go back and see May? She'll clean you up. And he looks back at you and he says, you know anything about that?
Yeah. One of my traveling compatriots. I think he may have gone rogue. He picked me up and threw me at your friend here. And I was just taken so aback. I mean, I'm sure you understand in our line of work, when somebody grabs you by the shoulder, you arm yourself immediately. And I whipped out my dagger as soon as he grabbed me. He threw me into your friend. He's a very big, strong guy. This guy who picked me up. And my dagger, I was just not prepared. It was my own fault. I should have been more. I should have just been more cognizant of my surroundings, but I accidentally, mind you, stuck your friend in the shoulder with my knife.
Accidentally.
Accidentally. And as soon as the fight was over, I ran because that other fellow, big, strong guy, metal hands, he is insane and he's a monster. So you guys should probably steer clear of him. But yeah, so I ran, and then I found your friend on the floor bleeding right here in front of this establishment. And so I helped him up. Also, his little monster, his little pocket monster friend, I recovered him from the scene of the fight and brought him back to return him. What's the deal with these little monsters? Like, what do you guys have these for?
Oh, yeah. Our designer pets, I think, is what the marks call them.
Yeah, you wouldn't rather call them pocket monsters? Because that sounds way...
I mean, we don't keep them in our pockets. They're sort of up in our hats, but...
I mean, a hat is like a pocket that you wear on your head.
I suppose so.
I mean, if you look at it that way, you basically have your head in a pocket all the time.
But, yeah, I mean, sure, you can call them hat pocket monsters if you want. They're not really monsters, not all of them anyways. Some of them are kind of cute and fuzzy. At least that's how we sell them to the well-to-do. The boss makes them.
Makes them?
Yeah, it's part of her, master plan, I guess.
Oh. Who's the boss? Tell me about this boss. Tell me about her.
And he says, I think you're up to your ante.
Another coin.
Okay. So he throws you another card. And it's like a Queen of Hearts. He says, "Yeah, the boss is good to us. She's good to all of us that don't buy into this statue worship crap." But
Okay.
There's anytime somebody puts a lot of faith into something, it's ripe for the pickings, Make some easy marks. And there's a few folk around town that they've seen fit to take advantage of that. So we band together and we, stick it to the man, as it were.
Got it. So I'll push another coin in and be like, looking at my cards. What can you tell me about these slimes that are running around in town? I heard a quick mention of those before I ran off. And it seems to be outside. I mean, you can't really go outside at dark from what I hear.
Why don't you parlay on that one for me?
Parlay? I don't know what that word means.
It's a move.
Yeah. Boop.
All right, what do we get? An 8?
8.
All right. So let's pull up parlay here. When you have leverage on a GM character and manipulate them, roll plus charisma. Leverage is something they need or want on a hit. They ask you for something. Let's see. So you got a 7 to 9 result. So we're looking at. He's gonna say, I think the ante just went up. I think it's 2 coins for that one. This hand.
Pushing one more coin.
Okay.
Because I just put 1 in.
Yeah. So you're up to 4 now, in the pot. He says, all right. Yeah. The slimes are something of a. What would you call it? Byproduct? But don't worry about it. They don't bother us.
They don't bother. How do they tell? Like, you guys with the red hats, or
He tips his hat to you a little bit. Boss makes the hats.
I see. That seems like something very beneficial, something very useful to have.
Lets us move around at night. Everybody else is locked up.
Yeah, I'd be interested in meeting this boss of yours and offering my services. Is there any way that could be arranged?
I think we might be able to do that. But first you got to get through me. So,
okay.
Tell you what. Let's give you a little test.
Okay.
That fella Sunil, he's got a real fancy headdress in his shop.
Okay.
It's gold, feathered, black metal with gold feathers on it. Why don't you bring me that, and I'll let you meet the boss.
Black metal, feathers on it. Okay. Do you think?
It'll stand out.
All right. Do you think I might be able to borrow one of your hats to kind of avoid these slimes, and then maybe I can just go grab it right now for you?
I think we can get you one of them.
All right.
Why don't you? Oh, go ahead.
No.
No. All right. Why don't you go talk to John back there? He'll get you your hat.
All right. Thanks very much. I'll just look at my cards and be like, man, I got nothing. You guys are too good for me. Just throw the cards face down on the table, get up, and walk away.
Cool. All right. So let's cut back to the roof.
Okay, so that's my idea. What do you think, William?
Terrible idea. We can't just leave him here to die.
Oh, God. Okay, fine. I guess we'll wait. So I was thinking, though, I mean, we've been watching these things move around for a while, right? And they're not very fast. So what do you think about creating like I don't really have the right word for what I want to call this, but it sucks, and it'll suck all the stuff down into the ground. Like maybe we can like do a ritual or something and create kind of a, I don't know, like a vacuum or something to suck all of the slimes just down into the sand, and they'll be gone forever. What do you think, William?
I have no idea what the words you're using.
So my thinking is we create a ritual and we just run really fast in a circle, and then it'll just cause like the sand and everything to suck in, and it'll suck the... No? Is this not a good...
I don't think we can run that fast.
Yeah, I can't run that fast either. Do you have any other plans?
Well, how effective has my throwing rocks at them been?
They just kind of stick. Like, blunk,
Yeah, you've been throwing rocks at them?
blunk.
Yeah, when they hit, they just sort of like bloop into it. And then eventually it just sort of like falls out the back.
All right.
Ooh, they poop them out.
Yeah. I mean, it floats around in there for a little while and then like eventually falls out the back.
What's the building made out of?
The building you're on right now?
Yeah.
The bottom level is stone.
Okay.
Okay, so they don't eat rocks. Or at least they don't like to eat rocks because they aren't eating the buildings. And they're not eating the rocks you're throwing at them. So we need to make like a...
Maybe we can squish them with a really big rock?
Oh. But like if we squish this, it's just going to pop out and like make little baby gooey things.
Would you...
Yeah.
Like when you cut up a worm, like is it just going to become like a bunch of worms?
like splits into several pieces? Why don't one of you roll discern realities for me? As you guys are looking down and
I assume this is the weird conversations we've been having all night long.
Okay. I can give you a freebie if you want, since you get one question.
Sure.
All right. So, as you're watching what's going on down there, you notice that the slimes, like, because the body is still there, the one that you guys killed, and I imagine deep down you were hoping that the body would be eaten by these slimes.
Yeah.
So far, no slime has touched that body. They just sort of give it a wide berth.
So they
What
don't...
body?
The dead body. The one that...
The red cap that you guys killed in the face?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The one that Forrest killed.
I wasn't there.
I believe there was an arrow and some sort of sprout situation with a wombo combo.
You and I may have
Which was...
taken care of someone.
But that body remains.
So they don't like dead bodies. So we just need a wall of dead bodies.
Yeah, they don't go near it.
Interesting.
I don't know where to get those.
But while you guys are discussing the fate of the body and how the slimes react to it, you hear like a sound of wood hitting wood behind you.
Wood hitting wood?
Mm-hmm.
Like a trap door or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go over to where we hear the sound.
So you turn, and it's there's like a basket or something is sitting on it, and eventually, like, whoever's pushing on it pushes hard enough, and the basket kind of flies to the side, and this trapdoor flies open, and a bald guy who looks a little bit like this but not obviously on a raft, pops his head up. He's looking around. He says, "I heard voices.
Welcome to our fine establishment.
What are you doing on the roof?"
Taking in the scenery.
From the roof?
Where else
Well, how
would you
else
take
would
it
you
in?
take it?
What? Why would... Come down here. Come in here. And he starts backing down the ladder.
No, we're good up here.
Wait, you can't just stay on my roof.
Why not? We're not hurting anything. And who says this is your roof?
This is... Because this is...
We purchased this roof from the city 6 days ago.
That is... The roof does not... and he, like, rushes down, obviously trying to deal with a dog who's whining, and you guys talk amongst yourself.
I mean, we did fair and square purchase this roof from the city 6 days ago.
Yep. Can
And a little bit later, he comes back with... or someone else pops their head up, who has a similar look, similar clothing, blues and beiges. and they pop their head up and they're like, What are you doing?
welcome to our fine establishment.
This is not your roof. You must come in.
No, this is where you get some fresh air, take in the scenery, have a nap.
No.
Gesture
This-
over
It's the
at
talk
Forrest.
of the town.
This, you are on the top of the Watcher's Temple. Come down.
No, I'm sorry. You own the inside of the buildings. We own the outside.
You do not own this building. It belongs to
You are correct. We do not own the building. We
do
own
not.
the area above the building.
Above
You
the
must-
building.
Town Statute 16A clearly states that all building ownership ends at the top of the building.
Yes.
Why don't... Let's see. What- are you trying to get them to go away?
I think we're just trying to confuse them at this point.
They're definitely confused. And she calls back and she's like, "No, they won't go. They say they own the roof. You can't stay here." And
Why
she,
not?
She climbs all the way up onto the roof.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What is your name?
My name is on this paper here.
Might I interest you in a seat, a vantage point to view the scenery?
My name is Amala.
Hello, Amala.
We're currently in the process of redecorating, so I'm sorry might not be up to your standards, but you know.
But please come over to the viewing deck where you can see the whole town.
I know that you can see the market square from here. Get down from my roof.
I mean, you're being kind of stingy about your roof.
Listen, why are you here? What are you doing up here?
We told you we're taking in the scenery.
Obviously, but it's evening and it's dangerous outside.
Only down there. It's fine up here.
Yeah.
They can't jump or anything. What are they gonna?
They can't jump, right?
I don't know. Can they jump? You tell me.
We've yet to see them jump. Therefore, they do not jump.
You've not witnessed them. I have seen them move very quickly.
Up?
But not vertically.
Okay, fine. Not yet. But get down.
I mean, we could just lay down right here if that's what you want.
Is your
I'd
friend okay? And she points
I'd
to
argue
Forrest, who's like
being
passed
down
out
would
all
be
bloody.
More dangerous.
Yes, down is definitely more dangerous than up at this point.
It is perfectly safe within the temple. Please.
But how are
And-
we supposed to watch the?
Does your friend need care?
He just needs to sleep it off.
He's bleeding from his head.
It's mostly better.
We rubbed some dirt in it. It's fine.
Dirt?
I don't know how to
We,
do that.
we could tend to him.
Ugh. But he's really heavy. We could just shove him down the hole.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I go over and I start like,
No. Well, hold on. And she calls back down. She goes, I need two strong people.
are you calling me not strong?
How many people do you have in our basement?
I know.
Of course I'm not
Our
calling you not
basement is
strong.
infested with people.
Listen, Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'll have a few of the younger watchers come up and help your friend down. You can come down as well. we can discuss why it is you're on our roof and why you are observing the market square in the evening when there is nothing important to see.
So, you said Watchers. You're the Watchers. This is the Watchers Tower Temple thing?
Yes, I am a watcher of Andona.
Okay, well, we're watching.
Well,
So I feel like we should be able to stay right here.
oh my goodness.
We are fulfilling your need by watching things.
So you need to watch less.
We
We're
will
offering a
watch.
service.
We will watch for you for the night.
Fine. I will stay with you and keep watch over Andona as well. But might I have your friend be moved inside where he can be cared for more properly?
Yeah, he kind of snores, so I'm okay with that.
Okay. So a couple younger guys. Everyone's bald. This woman is also bald. Excuse me. And they very clumsily get Forrest into the building, where you're not sure because you have not seen the inside yet. But she stays up there with you and sort of like posts up, watching the market square. So, what are we looking at?
Well, right now, and I start digging through my pack. Right now, I am looking for some tea.
Oh my God, is that a body
Body?
in the square?
Oh
You know,
my!
it looks like you are correct.
There's a body down there.
Oh my! You're right. That is definitely a body.
Oh my goodness. Do you know anything of this?
We know that the oozes will not touch them. We've been watching it all evening.
Yes.
That's impossible.
Do they usually eat dead bodies?
Well, anything they catch, they consume.
Wonder what it is about that particular body that they don't like.
Maybe we need to experiment.
I would not experiment on the dead. That's
No.
not right.
Just on the oozes. And the body adjacent.
And so you guys are all looking down in the market square,
Yes.
and you see a young kid, dart out into the square.
Oh no.
God damn.
Oh goodness, a child.
What? What is he doing out there?
What? I don't know. And you see him start to like. It looks like people leave their trash outside.
To get eaten by the oozes?
Yeah. And so he's rummaging through the trash.
Do I see any oozes like moving in his direction?
Discern realities for me.
I don't want to.
You know what? You do see a couple of oozes moving his direction.
I'm gonna yell, "Hey, kid! Kid!"
Why don't you let's say defy danger, and the danger is that he doesn't notice the oozes.
Okay.
You can use charisma or I guess con. You're screaming. He's trying to make the loudest noise possible.
I'm going to use charisma.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
So
That's not good
all right,
at all.
so you call out, and he
But you get XP.
Oh.
mark XP.
Yay, XP.
You get an experience point
Where do I put those?
at the top of your character sheet.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. So he this kid doesn't notice or he hears you screaming, and instead he starts to run away thinking he's in trouble, and turns and runs face like right at one of these oozes.
Oh god.
And he goes to stop, but it's got now you see this fast movement she was talking about. When they get near something, it looks like parts of them lurch out and grasp at it, and it's like got him by the leg, and so he's trying to scramble away and get out of it, but it's like covering up his leg.
I'm going to start scrambling down the what was it, like scaffolding or stairs or whatever it is that we use to get up here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start
They're gone.
They're gone?
Yeah.
We have to help that boy.
Well, can we jump to another roof or something, get closer?
I mean, sure, you can definitely try to do that.
I mean, you could shoot him and put him out of his misery.
You're not here.
Yeah, I'm going to try to jump to a closer building.
Okay. So that sounds like defying danger with Dex or strength. I'll let you pick to jump a certain distance. And well, mark experience.
We're not good at things, William.
Yeah, no. So, so Wonderful William, you describe how this looks. Like, what do you just like run and leap at the next building? Are you trying to like balance on something and get closer? How are you doing this?
Well, I knocked over a pole to offer a balance beam across to the next building.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not a very good judge of how much I weigh, and so it snaps.
Oh, halfway through?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing this extremely impressive tightrope routine. And at one point you even like feign like you're gonna fall, like, I'm gonna fall. No, I'm not. I'm okay. And then you keep going, and then like it starts to crack, and it's like your eyes go wide, and you just the breaks, and you're falling towards the ground, plummeting about 3 stories.
Oh God.
These buildings luckily aren't, modern story height, so you're probably plummeting about 20 feet though. What are you doing, Adelaide?
Oh God. I don't know. Decision paralysis.
Regretting not going inside, so we couldn't have seen the kid, and therefore we wouldn't be held morally responsible for his outcome.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to be doing right now. Okay. I'm going to. Is there any I don't know. I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna run to the hatch door and run down the ladder.
Okay,
inside.
so you head into the thing. The woman had run to the hatch already, and she's screaming, "There's a boy in the square! The oozes have him!" And like you just shove her out of the way and like head in, or
yeah.
okay.
I'm just like, get out of my way! And climb down the stairs.
So you're rushing down. Meanwhile, Wonderful William, you have just plummeted into the ground and tore your ankle up pretty bad.
Oh.
Let's take a look at that character sheet here. All right, so I'm gonna need you to mark shaky for me on Dex. So you're gonna have a -1 to your Dex checks, and I'm also gonna need you to. You know what? That's probably fine. You're gonna be shaky for a while as you favor the other leg. But you're on the ground in a pile. And one of those oozes is like moving towards you.
Hobble, 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 hobble.
Okay, so you're gonna hobble away. Why don't you defy danger with Dex to get away from that thing?
Oh, thank God.
Okay, all right. Even with your -1, you're all right. Okay, so you
Well, I'm
bust
actually
out.
gonna try to hobble towards the boy.
Okay, cool. I think fortunately the ooze was opposite, so you can running away from the ooze get you closer to the boy. So you make your way into the market square, and you book it. You just ignore the pain, you power through, and the boy's like half of one leg is consumed, and he's got the other leg kind of tucked up under him to keep away, but it looks like his boot is already removed from his foot, and it's in the ooze, and he's like, you can see he was wearing sort of like tattered pants, and so his legs are starting to like bubble and boil inside this acidic ooze.
I give him a good yank.
Okay, so you just try to pull him out.
Yes, with
Okay.
my mighty strength.
Okay. Let's see.
Where's my brute when I need him?
Right?
I think you're defying danger with strength. Okay. So you get him most of the way out, but I'm gonna give you a choice. You can get him out, but it's gonna put you in danger for another one. From another one, like you're gonna fly backwards, or you can't get him out and stay. Like, so do you want to be in danger and get him out of there, or do you want to stay safe?
I will get him out of there. I have established I am the hero of this. So.
Okay. So you pull him out, and when his leg comes free, he kind of like kicks off to try to get further away, and it throws you back into this other ooze. What on you? What's an item on you that might be dangling from your belt, or something large that you've got on you there?
Largest thing I would have would be my bow.
Your bow. Okay, so I think the you clatter back and the thing singes you a little bit, but mostly it gets the bow, and the bow starts getting pulled off of you into this ooze.
Oh no, it's my bow. You will be missed.
So this thing is it's consumed the bow, but it's still coming towards you. Your bow.
Okay, so I'm
so you're making your way
running through
down
the inside of this thing.
So you get to the first hatch, and there's a couple of younger guys who are carrying Forrest and getting him onto a bed.
Yeah.
And they look and they go, "Oh, good, you're coming down," and you just zoom past them.
Yeah.
And there's a normal stairway further in, and you hit the bottom floor, and the bottom floor looks more like not so much a church, but it's got places where people can rest and sit and congregate. And then there's also a bunch of pillars all around the sides with stuff in it. But none of that matters right now. You're booking it for the door.
Yeah.
Why don't you... yeah, you know what? Yeah, you make it... You throw the doors open, and what do you do?
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
As I was running.
Sure. So, give me roll to cast a spell. All right. So you have to pick one of these drawbacks. So the spell is cast.
It draws unwanted attention. So everybody in the building saw me cast it.
Okay. So I think it draws unwanted attention from the
oozes.
The oozes, though.
Have
Okay.
you been considered to have rested and prepared your spells? I don't know how much time we just decided from the last game.
You didn't describe yourself as preparing your spells, so
Okay.
if a lot of time had passed, then probably we can just assume it. But otherwise, just say I'm gonna prep my spells. That's your focus.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you want to then you can have prepared spells. Because otherwise, he's right. You would have because you still have your -2.
I would still have my -2
Okay.
if I had not had time to rest and prepare.
Okay, so it would still make it a 7. So it's the same result.
Okay.
But yeah, so what do you think? Did you prepare your spells while you're sitting on that roof?
I mean, it depends on how much time had passed since the last game. I feel like we kind of picked up where we left off, right? I mean...
Yeah.
So, probably not.
Okay.
Even
So
though I'd like to say I did.
Here, let's sort of draw out a... Let's make a map here. Let's get you guys on there. Okay. So, in the center of town... Let me see here. Let's get some shapes here. So, in the center of town, there's a big fountain. You guys are over here. There's this building. And then there's other buildings that sort of wrap around the town. Making a big circle, right? The boy is over here. He was by an alley. So he's over here. Let's do... That's the boy. Wonderful William. All right. So we have the boy. And if you guys want, you can just click on your character sheet and drag it out onto the map there. And then that way we kind of have an idea of where people are.
How do we do that?
So you can just drag your character sheet from the side panel onto the map and it'll drop a token.
Bloop.
Yeah, I have not updated your token, but it's very small. So, all right, so you are probably over here somewhere. Oh yeah, or there. That's fine. And then the boy is right here. There. And there are oozes. So let's make some oozes. Here we go. So there's like a ooze right here. And like another one. There's one over here. There's like one right there. Right there. Alright.
Where's the dead body?
The body is...
Very important for
Yeah.
storytelling purposes.
The body is... Hold on, let me get my tokens here. There we go. The body is over here.
Of course, it's way over there.
And there's like... The oozes sort of like... Ignore it. Okay, so... You bust out. There are oozes. What are you guys doing?
Well, I am invisible.
Yes, you are invisible.
Well, is the door to the temple open at the moment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's busted wide open.
Okay. I yell at the boy and tell him to run for the door, and I follow.
Okay, why don't you defy danger with charisma? Like you're encouraging him, so.
Button. That button. And that. Bloop.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, so you, the kid, like, books it. He's like, he just starts running.
See, that's how you tell a kid to get away from things.
Unfortunately, he doesn't see Adelaide because she's invisible. And so, Adelaide, I need you to defy danger with me with Dex because he is running right at you. Okay, so do you want to fall down or do you want him to fall down?
I will fall down.
Okay, so I think he you go to sidestep and he clips you with his shoulder or something like that, but he keeps going, but it knocks you off balance and throws you back a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're like splayed out on the ground, and this ooze over here is like making its way your way.
But I'm invisible.
And then you're booking it, right? Wonderful William. Sure. You and the boy can be inside by now. And actually...
Yeah. I was going to say, you're hobbled.
Oh, yeah. So you're like slowly moving.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, you're running in there. What are you doing about this ooze? Because it's not like it's coming at you, but it's definitely coming towards you.
I mean, how much faster than it can I move?
It depends.
I've been watching them move for a while, so...
Yeah, I mean, they move pretty quick when they find food or something that they can consume.
Okay, do they look like they're moving toward me? Or
it's definitely moving towards the opening in the door, but you're in its way.
Okay. I'm actually gonna, like, move out here.
So you're just going to run away? Like, scrabble away?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and defy danger again.
Using...
Dex. Or, yeah, probably Dex. Because you're thinking fast. Okay, so... I think your spell book got knocked off your belt.
Ugh.
Or, like, out of your clothing.
Okay. I'm definitely scrambling to pick it back up.
Do you scramble away and leave it behind?
No.
Okay. So you're going to take some damage then if you want to protect your spellbook and, and then get away. Okay.
Definitely.
So why don't you roll a d8 for me?
Ooh, that's a lot.
And you are going to take a d8 ignores armor. Okay. So you take 2 acid damage as this thing singes one of your extremities, probably your feet or hands.
Ouch.
But you can tell that it's definitely, it knows you're there now. You get the sense that these things don't have eyes, so they're not really tracking with vision. Okay. And now that it's like singed you, it's changing course and heading your way.
Ruh-roh.
But it doesn't seem to like, it doesn't see you or anything, so it's not.
So when I was watching it earlier, did they get anywhere near the fountain?
Yeah, they brush. So the fountain comes up and is like, it's a stone structure.
Yeah.
So change this to a different color. So the fountain kind of, does this number, right?
Right.
And then there's a statue in the middle of a woman.
Yeah.
But the sides are stone, so they'll brush up against the stone, but they don't like go up over the top.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't like go in the fountain.
Okay. And William is still, but like where his token is on the board, right? You're not inside yet because you're hobbling.
Do you want to be inside, or are you still running? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured I'm hobbling pretty well, just juking back and forth.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're just staying out of the way of the oozes. Nothing has come towards you yet, but you do get the sense that if you head this way towards her, then you're going to put yourself in the line of fire because they are getting a little closer.
There's one open door.
Huh?
There's one open door at the moment.
Oh, you closed the other one?
No, he means like on the street.
Oh, yes, you were correct.
I'm going to run for the fountain and jump in it.
Sure. Okay. So you scrabble up into the fountain.
It's fun.
Yeah. Why don't you both defy danger for me to get where you're going without interacting with these oozes? Okay. So, Wonderful William, do you let the ooze get inside with you, or do you lose an item?
I'm running out of items.
Yeah.
I will say they got my quiver as well, please.
Okay, so yeah, so you run inside and you go to spin to shut the door, and it knocks your quiver off as you spin around the door, and then it just ends up like on the ground right outside the door, and the ooze starts moving towards it. But you are safely inside the temple, and you let's see, you got a 9, so you splash into the fountain.
Yeah.
But everything you're carrying is soaked.
Yeah, of course.
So you're going to have to... It's going to take some time, probably, before you can prep your spells, because you're going to have to air out your spellbook. It's probably covered in some leather or something like that. But, yeah, it's going to take some time before you can prep spells, because you're going to have to make sure it's nice and dry. And
what are the oozes doing now that I've moved into the fountain?
Now that you are in the fountain, they have continued along their merry way. And it feels like the water is dispersing the acid that was on your arm.
Okay.
So like it sort of washes it off a little bit.
Okay.
But this fountain, so the other thing that I didn't draw here is this fountain has sort of irrigation channels.
Yeah.
That come out of it.
I remember you telling us about that.
Oops. And run along the ground. Oh, come on. And they sort of like leave town.
Mm-hmm.
So when you splash in, it like forces a bunch of water into the irrigation channels.
Mm-hmm.
And they like overflow a little bit. But you know that the fountain is still pouring faster than it should be.
Okay.
So are you just gonna hide out in the fountain for the night?
I don't know. I'm just kind of chilling here for now, watching to see what the oozes are doing now that I've got kind of a closer, like, vantage point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Inside there, the Watchers have like taken up that kid and they're tending to his leg.
Adelaide.
And one of
Adelaide. Where the hell are you?
Adelaide has not arrived.
Oh, that's right. I'm invisible.
Oh yeah. So you know what? Why don't you discern realities for me, and we'll see maybe if you heard that splash.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So you get. You know what? Go ahead and ask me 3 questions. One of them can be where is Adelaide, obviously.
Where's Adelaide?
Okay. So you heard a splash when you were running, like as you were closing the door, you hear this like sploosh into the fountain. So you can assume that invisible Adelaide maybe dove into the fountain.
All right.
Seeing as how you've spent a lot of time with Adelaide, you probably know how she operates.
Is there is there a length of rope? Bill?
Yeah, of course. There would be some rope in here. It's probably you probably have to look around for it or ask somebody, but they definitely have rope.
Okay. And something heavy.
And you want a rope and something heavy. So as you're looking around this place, there's several pillars with like little ornate cabinets on them. And there's one of them has like a bust of a man on it. One of them has like a
Something
very
heavy that I could get away with throwing.
Oh, okay, that like that. All right. Yeah. One of them has like a very beautiful purple satchel on it. It looks like it's made of some velour or something like that. There's
like
several.
a sandbag?
It is not a sandbag. There's definitely some other things in here that are on these pedestals. Those probably aren't things that you can throw. But there is where you found the rope, probably in like a supply closet. There are some like a sack of potatoes or something.
All right. So I am going to. Well, I have a short sword. That'll probably work. I'm going to tie the length of rope to my short sword, and from the roof try to toss it to Adelaide.
The short sword?
Yes.
You're gonna throw a short sword into the fountain where you hope Adelaide is.
Yes.
I like it. Okay, so you're heading up to the roof. So a little while goes by as he's searching for these things and heading to the roof. How's it going in the fountain?
Well, I've been watching the oozes move around.
Yeah, they're eating garbage and stuff.
Which is kind of neat. They're like free garbage men.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I kind of come over to the edge of the fountain and look over at the dead body.
Mm-hmm. You see something is like wiggling around in its hat, like furiously.
Oh, it's little pocket.
But the hat is stuck on because there's an arrow gone through both sides of it. So yeah, so the hat can't fall off because there's an arrow pinning it into his brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't see anyone else kind of moving around in the street or anything like that.
No, you see nobody else. Actually, you know what? A little bit of time has gone by. Let's check in with 3 Fort and see what happens there, because maybe you do see somebody walking through the streets. So 3 Fort, what are you up to back at the Red Cap's den?
I made my way over to John to collect a hat, so that I can go check out Sunil's trading company.
Okay. All right. So John is. You know what? Let me. Why don't you? I want you to roll something, but I'm not sure what it is yet. Hang on.
hack and slash.
Definitely not hack and slash. Why don't you discern realities for me?
Bloop.
Okay.
I have that on here. To discern realities. Bloop.
All right, a 10. So you get 3 questions. The first one is the reason I asked you to roll this. You definitely recognize John.
John, my old friend. So good to see a friendly face.
So he sort of looks you up and down, and like recognition hits him, and he says, "Hang on, I gotta check my notes." Nash, old buddy. How's you got any other questions? Did everybody freeze?
Oh, yep.
Oh, we all froze for a second. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes Nash, old buddy.
Okay.
And
John.
then you have 2 more questions if you want to ask him.
How you doing? How are you, my old friend?
Good. Setting up a family. And he sort of gestures around to everybody.
Yeah, how is everybody? How's everybody doing? You have any kids or anything?
You know, my kid's done run off. I think you remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Grandkids too.
Ooh, that's
All of them gone.
Man. Yeah, that's rough. I hate it when there are no children.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking to I don't think I caught his name. The fellow over there with the deck of cards who was telling me about the boss. Said I should come speak with you about getting one of the red hats.
His name
Okay.
was Rigson. Sorry.
Rigson.
He would
Yeah,
have given you his
Rigson.
name.
Yeah, he told me to come speak with you about procuring a hat
Hmm.
for a pickup that I'm gonna go do for the boss there.
Joining the family then, huh?
Thinking about it, yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had a family.
All right.
Considering my options, new in town, figured
Yeah.
it's always best to reconvene with family.
Mm-hmm. Just don't run off with any of the kids this time, yeah?
Oh, never. I mean, I have too many kids of my own, so no, I don't. That was a lie.
I bet you do. Why don't you defy danger with charisma for me?
Defy danger with my charisma. I can do that.
Okay. So I think John John definitely offers to go with you on your little initiation mission. He says, "Why don't I join you?"
You know what, John? I wouldn't want to put you in danger.
Oh,
Some of
no.
the folks that I wandered into town with, not the safe ones to be around. As a matter of fact, your injured buddy over there was caused directly by one of my traveling companions.
Mm.
I'd hate to see that happen to you, my old friend. And then plus, honestly, I feel like this is an opportunity for me to prove myself to the boss, and I would hate for there to be any kind of question in their mind, like, can he take care of himself? I would like to just go get this job done on my own, come back, and just prove really that I'm worthy to be a member of the family.
Okay. Go ahead and roll parlay, and let's see if you can. I think you've got leverage here. Oh yeah. So he sort of looks you over and he's like, all right. Everybody deserves a second chance, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that would be great if you could just give me a chance.
All right.
And just to prove there's no hard feelings, I spent 4 coins. So the extra 3 coins that I palmed off of the thing,
Mm-hmm.
off the fountain, I'll just kind of reach out to shake his hand and then slip him those 3 coins.
Okay. So he sort of like he takes the coins and he nods and he's like, "Good luck."
Thank you.
And he hands you a fez.
All right. Put it on.
He says,
All right.
Don't lose that.
No, of course not.
They're worth
It's
more than they
safe.
look like."
I'm sure if they can do what Rigford says they can, then I'm sure they would be very valuable.
Rigson. Don't let him catch you messing up his name, man.
Rigson. All right.
All right. Well, best get started, I think.
Yeah. I'll be back with the I'll be back. And I'll just
All right.
turn and walk out.
Okay. So you pop out probably somewhere over here. Let's see, where's your... Are you out on the map?
Yep.
There we go. So you probably pop out... Oh, whoops. I have a... Get rid of that. You probably pop out over here.
Okay.
And Sunil Trading Company is... this one over here.
Okay.
But you can make your way through the alleys back around and come back in on that side if you want, or you can make your way through the market.
Nah. No, I'll just walk through the market. Like, these slimes aren't gonna mess with me.
Okay.
Because I have this hat. I trust them.
So have
I'll
the
just-
have the oozes moved at all? Like, are they in any
Oh yeah,
different
they're
position
like
in the
they're cruising around doing stuff.
eating shit?
Yeah, eating stuff. They keep a wide berth around this guy, but they move around a bit.
I'm gonna crawl out of the fountain
Mm-hmm.
and kind of stay between the body and the fountain and loot, like kind of like rummage through the guy's like pockets, trying to figure out, does he have like a magical artifact or something on him that's keeping these oozes from wanting to eat him, since the lady in the building told me that was weird.
Right. Are you just looking for physical objects, or are you detecting magic?
I am detecting magic.
Okay. Why don't you cast a spell? All right. So
That's
okay.
fantastic.
So here's the problem. As you try to call on the planar energies to cast this spell,
Yeah.
the voices kick in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that the barrier is thin here.
Yeah.
Because of this fountain. But when you arrived in town, it was a stable leak, I guess. Now it is flowing much more quickly. The water is pouring through the eyes, like so fast that it's rushing. Like you can hear it. Like it sounds like a waterfall behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And the voices come in and they scream, "No, no, betrayer, betrayer! You were meant to defend us. Protect the barrier." And like the spell fizzles and like your head, you get this like pounding headache, and your like vision goes blurry. Let's have you mark
XP.
Stunned. Well, definitely
I
mark
did that.
XP.
I definitely did that.
And you're stunned. Which is the intelligence thing. It's right next to intelligence. You can mark that. There you go. And that, yeah. So you're at -1 to use int right now because of that.
Awesome.
And they're constantly screaming like, "Must repair the barrier." So yeah. So you're like on this body, curled over. What's that look like?
I think I was.
Doesn't look like nothing. She's invisible.
Well, yeah,
Right.
I am invisible, in
Okay.
fact. But for myself, I'm like crouched down, made myself like into kind of a ball, and I'm like holding the sides of my head.
What do you hold the spell? Do you stay invisible?
Probably not.
Okay. So so 3 Fort, as you're walking through the market.
Yeah, I'm just walking and whistling away.
So occasionally they'll like start to move towards you, and then you get that they keep about 5 feet of distance from you. Like the oozes go, and then they like recoil back into themselves and turn and just go the other direction.
Oh yeah, how it works. Just walking around.
And you get to about there, and like you see Adelaide crying over this dead body.
Hey, what? Don't cry, small fry. You got it coming. What seems to be your boggle?
Okay.
I'm sitting there and I'm holding my head and I'm like, oh, it's so loud.
What? What's loud?
Oh, you can't hear that? They're so loud.
No.
Oh,
What are you doing out here?
I have to fix it.
Fix what?
Oh, I gotta get, I gotta get the fountain.
Did
I start like pulling
Why?
myself
Did you
up
not-
on the side of the concrete barrier to the fountain, trying to like climb over into it.
But did you not see what happened to Billy when he went in the fountain? I don't think these people are gonna like that. Why are you all wet?
I have to get in the fountain.
Okay, sure. I'll just dump her into the fountain.
Okay, so you like reach over and plop her in the fountain.
Yeah, there's
Um,
nobody out here.
Yeah, no, it's empty. So you are now in the fountain.
I kind of like crawl through the fountain over to the statue, and I put my hands on the statue and I try to concentrate on the voices and what they're trying to tell me to do.
Okay. Why don't you spout lore?
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
you were eaten by the statue.
Oh, so much XP.
No.
Okay. All right. It's clear that there is definitely something stuck in the rift, and you're gonna have to pull it through before you can close it.
Oh, God. I feel like between the voices, the expenditure of magic, and all of the, like, everything that's happened today, I would pass out
Okay. So you
in the water.
Yeah. So you see her like clamber up to the statue. Her eyes go wide for a second, and then she just passes out in the fountain, like under the
She-
water.
Face down under the water.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, then I'll pull her and just pull her to the edge of the fountain.
Okay.
And just kind of like lean her up against the side, like where her head is above water,
Okay. Yeah. She.
I appreciate that.
She slumps back
Yeah.
in.
into the water.
Yeah.
Like underwater? I mean, like
Yeah,
over
like
the
how
over
much
the
of her
rail.
do you put on the top of the ledge? The ledge
So
is probably about a foot wide.
I mean, just enough to where because so here's my plan. I'm gonna pull her so she's not drowning
Yeah, yeah.
and leave her there. Then I'm gonna go to the body and get the hat and the
Mhm.
little animal. I'm gonna put the hat on her head so the slimes leave her alone,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pocket the monster, and then probably take her into the temple. So I just want her to be leaning over the edge of the fountain long enough for me to go inspect the body and do that stuff, and then I'll
Is-
get her and basically also ulterior motive. I want to leave her in the fountain long enough that William can throw the sword because I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that.
This is is this about the time that William throws the sword at me?
Right.
Like I want to leave her in the fountain long enough for that to resolve,
Yeah.
and I want to be away from the fountain long enough for that to resolve.
Okay. So I think actually, at this point, William is definitely on the roof, and you're peering down, and you see Three Fort pulling Adelaide out of the fountain.
All right. Well, I'm still going to throw the sword. The objective one is to somehow throw it in such a way that it hooks around the statue. Since that's not going to happen, at least get it in the fountain.
Okay.
Might happen.
Well, go ahead and let's see.
Volley, yeah.
Volley, yeah. Go ahead and volley. You throw in the sword. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I think it hits the statue, and would you rather that the sword breaks or the statue breaks?
Yeah, it embeds itself in the statue.
Okay, so it hits the statue and like jams into like the base of the neck, and it's just like in the statue. But yeah, it's sturdy. Like you've got
See?
this rope run now.
I
Awesome.
don't follow the line of the rope up to the roof and see William and be like, "That was a good shot. You should do that more often. Just throw the swords."
All right. Well, at this point, I see Adelaide is unconscious in the fountain,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to climb down the rope.
Okay.
After fastening it up here, of course.
Yeah. So you're gonna climb down the rope. So go ahead and defy danger for me.
You're just gonna slide down.
Oh, good.
Yay! So much XP going around.
You guys are getting all this XP. It's crazy. So you, how do you
See, I'm
slide
looking
down the
for a
rope?
traditional game that has is far more GM driven. So
Uh-huh.
I just want to roll as low as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So I keep having to do stuff. All right. So you jump on. How do you slide down the rope? Is it just bare hands, or are you like do you throw like a bar over it? Like what do you?
Well, obviously, with a roll like that, I go bare hand and just slide down the rope.
Okay. Yeah. So
Good
that's fun.
decisions were made.
Yeah.
Very poor decisions were made.
Heroics is the priority here. It's all about looking cool. You don't think, you just jump.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be using your hands for a few days. I mean, they're destroyed. Like all the meat is just gone from your hands.
Ooh.
And you get into the water, and like the blood from your hands starts to pour into the fountain. But it's not the only red in the fountain. The eyes have begun to red water is coming as well. Like it looks like it's starting to bleed.
So, anyone want to move to another town?
Well, currently Forrest and I are both passed out, so
Okay, so then, yeah, I think we should definitely go to a different town. But,
I
so
will
I'm-
most certainly miss Forrest, but I'm sure we can find another one.
probably. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of guys with metal hands out there.
Yeah.
So like so I'm going through the body, so I'd take off the hat
Yeah.
and toss it to William. Be like,
Mhm.
here's a hat. You should probably wear this. The slimes don't like them. They're magic. And then
Can you roll 3d6 for me?
who?
You 3 for it. Just roll 3d6.
But the little monster, she's gonna be my friend. I'm gonna take him back to his owner.
Yeah, we're gonna find out what kind of monster he is.
You killed his owner. That's the body you're taking it off of.
Oh yeah, I could just use the chat room, right?
Yeah.
Roll 3d6. Boop.
Oh, okay. So
That's not damage, right?
can you roll that one more time for me? Just you can hit up and enter. Sweet. Okay, cool.
Take
All right.
23 damage to the neck.
All right. So
He scratches your face off.
there is a it's when you look into the thing there, it is definitely a it like as you tip the hat back, like it scurries away, like it scurries back into the back of the hat, and it's like trying to stay away from you. And and this like tiny little thing, you can see wings, and it's like it's whatever it must have claws or something because it's like grabbing onto the inside of the hat, but there is like a big curled up tail in there.
Okay.
You just gonna fish him
I'll,
out, or
No, I'll just be like, open it up and be like, come on, little guy, I'll take you home.
okay?
See if he responds to that. Be like,
Sure.
I'll get you home safe.
Yeah, I think it looks. You get the sense that it's scared.
I pull out a ration and try to feed it to him. Be
Yeah.
like, here, we're
Okay.
friends. I'm a friend.
All right, cool. So I think a ration is enough. So it sort of like coyly comes up and it'll nibble. It has like a little beak. And it'll like nibble at the ration. And you just like scoop it out.
I'll try to pet him. Give
Okay.
him those scratches, those scritches.
Yeah. He looks like he's he's got quite a bit of bird, like maybe like a hawk's head. But the wings and the tail are definitely made for like holding on and grabbing onto things. When you grab it, the tail like loops around your arm several times, and it's very long, but it looks articulate.
Cool. Hey,
So-
little guy. I just pet him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, toss William the hat. Does the body have anything on it, coin or anything useful, before the slimes come and eat it? Because I'm just leaving it here.
There's definitely he's probably got like 5 coin on him, and he's got a short sword.
Cool. Give that back to William to replace the one that he just embedded in the city statue.
Yay!
Cool. All right.
right.
So, you think we should do something with William? You think we should do something with her, or you think she'd be okay just to leave her here in the fountain? I mean, it looks like it's crying blood now, so we probably might not want to leave her in here.
I'm kind of curious what will happen in the morning if they find her in the fountain and it's crying blood. Will they murder her or declare her a god? Either way, it's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, even odds, but then what if she... I don't know. Man, you make a compelling argument. What do you think? What do you think we should do? I defer to you. You're the bard. You're the one who with the stories.
Well, by the way, how are you walking around?
The hat.
Why have you given me the hat?
The slimes don't like the hats. The slimes. So I hold up the guys you still wrapped around my arm. Like
I'm
hold him
still
up
like-
and be like, "These little monster guys here, the Red Hat Guild makes these little guys, and the slimes are the byproduct. So they've made the hats to ward off the slimes, so they can make the monsters."
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm going
so-
to investigate the hat and try to figure out what's special about it.
Sure. Let's see. What can 3-4 do there? Discern realities. That's perfect. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and ask me? Why don't you go ahead and ask me one of those questions, anyways?
How much XP is it to level?
So you definitely got some XP. So and you guys, I think you in this game you're supposed to rest to level, but yeah, you guys are probably gonna level after this.
Forrest is definitely leveling right now.
So which one of
Yeah.
them questions do you want to ask?
Well, I guess that would definitely applies to what's unusual or whatever. Yeah, what does not appear to be.
Oh yeah, what? Okay, cool. All right. So, you know what? I feel like this would be a very. I feel like this needs a Night Sun answer. Like something that your character would come up with. So why don't you tell me what you assume is the what do you think is weird with this?
Okay,
Which is obviously not the right answer.
inside of the hat is a sigil that looks an awful lot like the sigil used by a group of evil cultists who worship the walrus.
Walrus cultists.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Ah, there must be a connection to the walrus cultists of yore.
Yeah.
I hear they wear purple robes and red fezzes.
They
They
do.
do.
They do wear
Which I
purple
should have
robes.
put together already, but I haven't.
Yeah. I mean, why did it take you so long?
Yeah.
So there's
obviously
definitely
the red hats are in league with the purple walrus cult.
Oh yes, there's definitely a connection. And so do you point this out to 3-4?
Yeah, because we've run into the purple walrus cultures before, and
Mm.
it's never ended up well.
So do you look in the hat to see the sigil that he's talking about?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I trust him.
Oh, okay. Cool. So
But
yeah,
I've
so
got a job to do, so I'm willing to use the Walrus Cultist technology to complete my mission.
yeah, it is.
Oh no, most certainly, we'll definitely take advantage of any of it. But
Yeah.
we just need to be aware that we should be careful
Mhm.
and not fall victim to the evil walrus cultist rituals.
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
well of course.
This is definitely the problem. This is definitely what is going on. All right. So what are you guys doing? Adelaide is passed out in a fountain.
Well,
Well, okay, so experiment time.
Mhm.
Uh,
are you gonna lick her?
no, we're not doing
Are we doing
science.
science?
So I am going to lift Adelaide out of the fountain
Okay.
and set her on the ground, like hold her and see if the oozes come for her. Or
Like
if they-
with the hat.
Like I am wearing hat.
Okay.
I have her with me. Do the oozes start moving towards me, or do they keep their distance?
They keep about a 5-foot distance from the hat.
Okay.
Yeah. While you're doing science, if you get any part of her further than about 5 feet away from you, they try to get it.
Okay.
I'm not an it.
Right now you are.
Well, the part of you that he gets further than 5 feet away from him, they try to get
Well,
that.
little
And if
known
you guys
fact,
move away
Adelaide
from that
actually
body,
tall.
Okay, so yeah, so I mean, it seems like it's accurate because I mean, they're staying away from us.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to. Where are we going, by the way?
I need to go into Sunil's again and get a head wrap that's black, metal, and gold and feathers on it.
mm-hmm.
Oh, I like this plan. Were we
Yeah.
planning on robbing him anyways?
Probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, now I have something I'm looking for specifically. But I need to. So, you know what? since we're here, I might as well. You're wearing a hat, and I have a hat. If you go with me, and we both get the thing out of Sunil's, I'm pretty sure the Red Hats will extend an invitation to you also if you wanted to join up with them, and then we can infiltrate the Walrus cultists from the inside.
Take them down once and for all. It's ingenious.
That sounds like the work of adventurers.
Yeah, that's definitely how
We've
adventurers
never-
work.
Yeah, we've never been this close to protecting the world from complete and utter annihilation at the hands of the evil Walrus cultists.
All right. So I guess with that, we head over to. So I will carry, to the best of my ability, Adelaide.
Okay.
And we will head over to Sunil's.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So so you guys head over to Sunil's Trading Company. The door is obviously locked. What are you guys gonna do about that? Are you just carrying Adelaide around like luggage right now?
Basically,
Okay. Who's got Adelaide then?
I do.
William
Okay.
said he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't carry her. I'm slim build, and I need my hands to open this door.
All right. So are you gonna try to pick that lock then?
Sure. Well, I'm gonna try the knob first.
Yeah, it's locked. You try the knob.
Okay.
It feels like there's a lock in place.
Sure. Then I'll pick it.
All right. Let's roll some dice. I believe that's tricks of the. Is it tricks of the trade?
Sure. That sounds great.
Is that how that works? Yeah, when you pick locks. Oh, look at that. Okay. So
Well, why would they double bolt the lock when there's all these slimes in the street?
yeah, they're so they
It's
the
like
lock.
the perfect locking mechanism.
Well, the lock is very sophisticated. More so than you think it should be. Maybe like this place is, people try to rob it, and so he's gonna keep it safe, right? But it's no problem for you. This is your jam. So what does it look like as you slip through the? Do you just like hop in the door, throw it wide open, ease in?
Well, it's the middle of the night, but we do know that Sunil lives upstairs. So probably gently slide the door open very quietly, like lift it up a little bit so that the weight of it on the hinges doesn't make a creaking noise. So just
Mhm.
kind of try to lift the door up a little bit and slide it open. Peek inside, peer around, try to get my eyes on the target. Do I see like this fancy headdress on display anywhere?
Why don't you discern realities? Definitely one of the questions can be, where's the fancy headdress?
Okay. Can I have some XP?
If you
Yes.
fail. So you don't see the headdress.
All right.
And it's because there is a big guy standing right on the other side of the door, waiting for someone to come in like this, and he is about to swing a big club at you.
Excuse me, sir. Have you heard of the Purple Walrus cultists?
Is that a defy danger with charisma?
Yeah, I'm
How-
trying to
how-
confuse them.
Okay, yeah, sure. Defy danger with charisma. See if we can confuse him.
Help! Our friend needs help. She's unconscious. Please save her.
Okay.
Yeah, that probably would have been more convincing.
So you're like, have you
Investigate eating him with
have
a
you
very
heard of the
convincing-
walrus cultists?
Yeah, can't William assist with his help? Our friend needs help.
Did you just aid with a 3?
No.
Yeah. So go ahead and mark some XP.
Can I
Interfered.
Can I aid with my passed out body?
You were passed out. Well, no, he's already attempted to aid. So I think William. So what? How do you aid? What are you doing to aid?
Well,
Are
I
you
was
trying
just-
to?
I try to interrupt him with my completely better story of why we should be allowed to come in. Namely, that we have this poor person who we saved off the street, and we need to seek shelter from the horrible slimes.
Right.
Not
Well-
realizing that, of course, we're both wearing red hats and breaking into his store
Yeah.
and he's already trying to pitch him religion. So
Yeah. So you bust in, like, I mean, of course you've got to get out front and center if you're going to tell a story. So you like bust in the door, and then this club just clocks you right across the face. So go ahead and take a d6 of damage as this club hits you.
I'm guessing he drops me.
And Adelaide falls, ooh, ouch. And Adelaide clambers to the ground,
Yeah.
clatters to the ground.
but I'm in the room, so she climbs.
You are definitely inside, and so is she.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess I wake up from being dropped.
I don't know. Do you?
I assume I would wake up from being dropped.
So what? How does that? Like he gets hit. What's your health looking like there?
I have 8 hit points.
He's at 9. Okay, so he's fine. All right. So yes, you get dropped on the ground, and suddenly, what do you do?
I'd probably try to look around and figure out what the hell's going on. I'm no longer in a fountain, which is where I was when I passed out.
Do you want to discern realities?
Sure. Using what?
Discern realities is wisdom, I think.
Oh, no. I was looking at, defy danger.
Okay, so you can ask me an question.
And question. What should I be on the lookout for?
It's
This
a very
dude-
fancy headdress with the gold and feathers.
Okay. No, that's fine. I will say this dude and his buddy with their clubs.
Okay.
Just spilled on my papers. All right, yeah, that's definitely what you should be on the lookout for. And
Okay.
I think the other one goes to like grab you and like pulls you back in, picks you up.
Okay. I am going to feign oh, help me, the oozes.
Okay. Defy danger with charisma.
Sure.
We'll mark some experience.
Yeah. Man, I
Man,
cannot.
if
that was a really-
we're gonna level.
That was a really good idea. Everyone putting -4 to all your stats before we started. We're gonna
Yeah.
get so much XP.
Yeah,
so much XP.
I'm glad everyone did
We're
that.
not supposed to tell Kurt.
Oh my bad.
All right. So yeah, so I think he clubs you.
Oh, okay, yeah. That
so-
sounds like a perfect
so-
thing to do to an unconscious woman.
So, well, I mean, you are with the Red Caps that are robbing their store.
I was dropped by the red caps.
He saw right through your ruse. You were conscious the whole time.
Yeah. I think
You're
he's
covered in blood.
gonna be like quiet, poof, and just hit you with his club.
Okay.
So roll a d6 of damage there.
Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, that's 5 damage.
Ouch.
These guys are deadly with those clubs.
How are you doing there?
I have 3 hit points.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, you get clubbed in the head. 3
Yeah.
Fort. What are you doing?
It looks like you guys got this. I'm gonna go back outside.
Sorry, wrong house. Close the door. This is not my locker.
No, I'll So the big guy that just booped Adelaide,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw my little snake monster on him.
Okay. All right.
Be
Cool.
like, oh god, go help, little guy,
Why?
for the-
Let's see.
for the cultists.
Are you trying to like hinder this dude, or are you like what's your goal with throwing it at him?
To distract him.
Okay.
Just to make
so
him
you
focus on something else instead of booping my friends.
yeah. So you throw it out. You throw the little creature, and it flies out and like circles him several times around the ankles with that long tail, and pulls the tail tight.
Yeah.
And like it's like grabbed onto him, and it's like trying to trip him.
Cool.
And so the guy like gets knocked down And like it's like and he just falls down and probably crumples on top of Adelaide.
That makes sense.
Then I pull out my dagger.
Okay. What are you doing, William?
Yeah. Not getting hit in the head would be step one.
Yeah, that dude is definitely coming back with another swing.
I am going to deal with this.
Set the building on fire. That is always the correct
We'll
answer.
pull out a couple of these guys and we'll just use them. What are you doing?
Well, I still have the S-word in my hand, so I'm gonna try to fight him off.
Right, you have the red cap S word?
Yeah, which is enchanted against any enemies of the Walrus Cultist.
I'm pretty sure that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Definitely.
you can roll hack and slash for me if you like. Oh yeah. Mark some experience. So
We're so good at this game, guys.
so I think he just takes the sword away from you. Like you go to like thrust, but it's not a rapier or anything, and it's not like that. And he just like grabs it and rips it out of your hand and like pushes you back, like beats you back so that you're out of range to like go hand to hand with him, and he's like holding you back with his club.
Yeah, that makes
I'm running out of items in my equipment.
Actually, you know what? Your hands were all like tore up anyways from the rope. I think when he rips it out of your hand, like you start bleeding.
Oh no.
Like so your hand is just bleeding out. Or not, well, you're not bleeding out, but your hand is like pouring blood now. Let me see. Is there a take weak. Okay.
Yay. 2 down, 4 to go.
It can only get better from here, guys. What are you doing, Adelaide?
What's the name of the guy that owns this place?
Sunil?
He's the guy who gave us the job, right?
Mm-hmm. To
Okay.
deal with the...
So I'm laying on the ground with the big guy fell on top of me,
Mm-hmm.
probably bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
And
Big plays Adelaide.
I'm going to
You have one
start.
setting.
I'm going to start crying, and I'm gonna say, "Sunil sent us for a job. We work for Sunil."
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you... oh, man. Why don't you defy danger with charisma? We'll get some experience. This is going so well.
Oh Lord.
So, is this... Can this be the part where Forrest jumps out of the skylight and punches the wall?
I know, right? So I think he just clubs you and knocks you out.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not gonna deal damage because he's not trying to kill you. He just like back of your head
Yep.
and
Out, man.
yeah. And I think that like because you were screaming, I think that's the point when Khan Sunil comes in.
But is the boss?
So he walks down the stairs and he's like, what is the meaning of this? He's in like his robes, like his
we
night.
came
his
to
night clothes.
report a development in how things had gone, and we got attacked by your thugs.
And the thug looks up and says, "They picked the lock, boss, and they're wearing the hats. What do you want us
that's
to
what
do?"
We came to report. The hats keep the oozes at bay.
They do.
I
I can prove it. Watch. You, thug, come outside with me.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's not happening. And Khan is like, no. None of everyone calm down. Let's get some lights on. And so he like goes around and starts hitting lanterns and comes around to the bar of his, or the, like, where you pay. And he says, "Tell me what happened with the oozes." But you notice that he has not told the guards to stand down.
So, over the very thorough investigation that we have been performing on your behalf, I infiltrated the Red Caps, and I found out a number of things that you may be of interest to know. I'll just give them the whole rundown. It's like, they're making monsters, like that little guy right there, what's wrapped around your guard's foot. And then the byproduct is the slimes that run around outside. And so they made the hats that repel the slimes. And they sent me for that information. They actually sent me here to rob you and take the fancy headdress with the gold and the black and the feathers on it. And they wanted me to take that back to them so I could more fully infiltrate their gang. So can I have that?
So
Now
we
you can
came
see
here.
it looks like
to-
this.
Yeah. So we came here to ask you to get that, to keep our cover, so we could go back and deal with the head honcho and take him down once and for all.
Exactly. And on a side note, we believe that they're in league with the Walrus cultists. So, I mean, really, you could help us in protecting the fate of the world. So you should just let us have that headdress.
Why don't you parlay?
Because I don't want to fail.
Well, this is for the headdress. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, mark some experience. These dice today.
We're so good. I'm sorry. I'm not here. I'm passed out.
Getting drunk.
First of all, none of you look like you're in any kind of shape to head back out there.
That is true, because
I'm
your
fine.
thugs beat us over the head with clubs.
Are you bleeding on my floor?
Only a little.
Did you cut his hands? And the he holds up his club. He's like, oh.
Look what he did to me.
I'm
See how it
perfectly
doesn't
fine.
make sense that a club could do this.
Your companion is knocked unconscious. Your friend is bleeding on the floor. He says, talking to you, Three Fort. You, I'm still not sure about.
Everything I've told you is 100% honest to truth. Why would I lie? I have no reason to lie. I'm on a mission for the greater good of humanity.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate the information, but I'm not so sure at the moment that giving you that headdress and letting you walk out of here is in my best interests. Why don't you all sleep it off in my guest house, and in the morning we can discuss how to proceed.
Sure.
They didn't give me a time limit on it. They just said to bring it back. So sure, take your time to consider it. But I really do think it would be in your best interest and the interest of your entire town, especially since your fouling out front is crying blood or something, that we get this resolved
What?
quickly. What?
He runs over and looks out and sees the fountain, because the moon is pretty bright tonight, so you can see out there. He sees the fountain crying blood. And he goes, "My God, who stabbed it with a sword?"
It's a fountain? It's rock. Isn't
And
it? Who-
and Donut, the idol. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a sign. They want you to give us the headdress and let us save the world.
That's no. This is not good. And he looks to his guards and he says, "Watch them," and he walks out into the street.
I'm gonna go out with them because they're slimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, you should really, I'm going to go behind him, but you should really, you really want a hat with you because the slimes, I'll come with you. I just
Okay.
walk with them.
So you see, because he's walking ahead of you, he makes he's a pretty lithe, like he's a pretty quick guy, and so when like slimes are coming towards him, he just like goes around them. So you get the sense that he'd probably be okay without you, but your hat being there makes like certain. And he heads over towards the Watcher's Temple.
And also, I wanted just to so he can see that they're avoiding me from the hat, just to reinforce my story. Be like, look, evidence. There's evidence. The hat is pushing him away. It's fine.
So you so he heads straight for the Watcher's Temple, and when you guys get there, he like throws open the door and steps in, and he calls out, "Tenzin! Are you gonna do anything or?"
Is that Forrest?
Yeah, you see they've got Forrest like laid up somewhere.
I'm gonna go over and take something off his body.
Just steal
Stick in my
something from
pocket.
Forrest.
Yeah. Figure out what later.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So
look.
you so Tenzin comes running down and he sees you and he goes, You're not welcome in here," and he starts walking towards you. And Khan Sunil calls back, No, it's not important. The fountain is bleeding." And they like, they're like, there's like, like a big gasp from everyone in the thing, and I think that's a solid spot to take like a 5-minute break, and then and we'll reconvene with what happens with the Watchers in the fountain. So if you're hanging out in chat, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'm gonna throw up the thing, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Thank you guys for hanging out and waiting. Also, thank you, Flying Jackalope, for the follow. All right, is everybody ready to get back into this?
Let's
Sure.
do it.
Okay. So, Khan is currently telling. Khan yells out at Tenzin. Not now. The fountain is bleeding, and the that's where we pick up. Tenzin's like, what?
Gasp!
How? When? Why? Where? No. So he rushes over and he's like, what has happened? And several other watchers sort of like come up. What can be done? What should we do? Tenzin, how do we fix it? And he's like, calm down. There must be an explanation. And he said, and Khan goes, there's a sword in its back. And they like
I
burst
think it'd be
open the
its
door
front.
and look, huh?
I don't think it would be the back. I don't think I'm like that would have to bounce around it and
Oh yeah, I guess the fountain probably faces the thing, so it's
Temple.
probably in its chest. There's a sword in its chest.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, so much better, guys.
And they're like, I mean, I always, but never, I didn't think it could bleed. I don't understand. How could this? And so he's like, shut up. Does any of you know how to fix it? Everyone's like, looks, and everyone looks to Tenzin, because he's the lead watcher. But he's like, I mean, we've cared for this statue for so long. No, there's no, it's a statue. What could we do? Wait, there was an elf. She should know. She'll know how to fix it. Where's the elf? What? She was with you. And he turns back to look at 3-4. Where is your elf friend?
Sunil's.
And Sunil grunt like.
I don't know how much health she'll be right now. She's kind of unconscious.
Sunil clears his throat and says, they came into my shop unannounced, and my guards may have knocked her unconscious. He's like,
Yeah,
unconscious.
you guys.
Unconscious is a problem I can handle. Take me there. And so Tenzin and them, they all sort of rush out. And they grab a bunch of lanterns and things off of the... There's like several little lanterns by the door. And they grab the lanterns and they go out like into the street. And they're trying to... Some of them have... It looks like stone shovels. But instead of like a spade at the end, it's like a flat surface on the end of a stick. And so every once in a while, they'll push back at the oozes to get like push them out of the way.
An ooze wall?
Yeah, and
Wait,
so they'll
they
like
had
shove at
these
them.
tools, and we went out after the boy, and nobody.
No one said, take this with you.
We're burning this town down. But
And so they make their way to Sunil's, and they get the door closed on the temple. You've got Tenzin, Khan, and 2 other watchers, and any of you that would like to make the return trip.
So they locked me inside the temple with an unconscious Forrest.
They did do that. Yeah, if you don't go back, then yeah, that definitely happens.
No, I'll go back. I'll go back to Sunil's.
Okay. So everybody makes their way back to Sunil's trading. Some of a watcher will lose, like one of the watchers loses his tool, and like it gets around the stone and hits the wood that is used to hold it, and like breaks, and so the stone clatters and it starts eating the handle. But they make it. You guys make it all the way back to Sunil's, no problem.
I just want to run towards the slime and be like, "Wooga booga, wooga booga."
It like
Get tree.
it like folds into itself and tries to like back away. But you notice it's not like a wall. Like if you just run at it, you can touch it.
I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, as you ooga booga, like it gets way closer than you want it to, but it's trying to get away. But it's yeah.
Not tell Sunil. See, it's the hat.
He's not paying attention to that right now. But when they get back to Sunil's, Tenzin rushes over to Adelaide's unconscious body, and pulls out some like a little pack, and starts pulling out little medical kit thing. and he tries to heal you. So why don't you make a con? Just roll con, Gidget. Sorry, Adelaide. Okay.
Hey, I did something right, y'all.
So you heal a D8. So roll a D8.
Here comes the 1.
All right.
Oh,
so you
okay.
heal 5 HP, and he like hits you with some smelling salts, and so you like wake up.
I have 8 hit points.
Yeah. So he gets you propped up, and he says, "We need your help. It's desperate. The statue is bleeding."
It's bleeding now?
Yes.
Oh,
Someone has stabbed it with a sword.
We must seal the rift.
Oh, okay. What do you need?
I go to my soggy spell book.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to open it and it's all wet.
Yeah.
This has to be dry for me to use it.
Do you want it to be dry?
Yes. I'm going to use prestidigitation to try to dry it.
Okay.
Do I have to roll that? It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No. You really want this, and the voices are on board for this plan, and so it just
Okay. Blow dryer.
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't set it on fire.
So
an impressive display of blow dryer magic happens, and
I'll-
the thing
out of my hands. So I'll start
Your
flipping through
jacket
pages
is
trying to
dry.
find like a ritual that in my book that talks about sealing the rift or dealing with the magical plane or
Yeah.
anything of that
Okay.
nature in my spell book.
All right. So when you draw on a place of power to create a magical effect, tell the GM what you're trying to achieve. Ritual effects are always possible, but the GM will give you up to 4 of the following conditions. So, what magical effect are you trying to achieve?
I'm trying to seal the rift.
Okay. So, let's see. The options are, it's going to take days, weeks, or months. That doesn't feel right. First, you must X. You'll need help from X. You'll require a lot of money. The best you can do is a lesser version, unreliable and limited. You and your allies will risk danger from X, and you'll have to disenchant X to do it. All right. So there's you were partially right before. There is something clawing at the. Actually, you know what? Why don't you spout lore for me? Okay. So you were partially right before when you thought you had to pull something through, but now you see that it's actually something is pushing on the rift. Something on the other side wants through. It couldn't get through before, but now the rift is weakened, and so it's trying to break through here. You'll have to push that thing back or pull it through. Either option. If you pull it through, then you'll have to fight it. You'll have to deal with it. If you push it back, then you're going to need something to help move it.
Can I tell with how weak the barrier is, how long I have before this thing is able to push through on its own?
Yeah. It's probably going to come through soon, like before daybreak.
Before daybreak. Okay. I was like, I've got like a couple of days before it pushes through. Yeah, great.
So do you want to try to pull the thing through or push it back?
I think push it back because without Forest, I would not be able to defeat whatever it is that's coming through.
You could ask for aid from the other members of the town.
I wouldn't want to endanger anyone in the town by pulling it through.
Okay.
So I think what I will want is for the what are the temple guys called?
The Watchers?
The Watchers. The Watchers to aid me in a ritual to push it back.
Okay. So yeah, so you can they're definitely willing to help. So they'll help you. I think if you're going to push it back in, you're going to need some magic item or something that's used for moving stuff.
Okay.
Like you're gonna need some transportation magic to try to shove it back.
I don't think I have any of that kind of magic at my disposal. I don't know. I'm gonna go to William and tell him what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea how to push something back through this barrier? Something's coming through, and I don't think I'm strong enough to do this alone.
Well, one would think that maybe a magic pole of some variety and just giving it a good hard shove.
A magic pole?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we're trying to keep a barrier sealed here. Aren't you afraid that a pole would poke holes in the barrier?
No. That's already open. It's a tiny hole. They're trying to make the hole bigger, so we're pushing it away so we can close the door again.
Do you have anything of this kind?
Well,
A magical
we could
pole?
take one of their slime immune sticks and grab a slime and force it through, and
Why
then it
don't
would
you-
eat the thing on the other side.
Why don't you spout lower for me? All right. So you know that those sticks are just stone. But you also remember seeing a quite magical bag sitting inside the temple.
Okay. I remember seeing a magical bag in the temple. We should investigate.
A magical bag? But how's a bag gonna help us close a rift?
It might not, but what we came here looking for, we could always take off afterwards.
That is true. See ya, we're out.
How big is the rift? Could you fit the rift inside the bag?
Well, it's not like a tangible, like the rift isn't an item. It's not like a rock you could just put in a thing.
Are you sure?
Think of it like the fly on your pants. It opens and it closes, right? It lets a
Mhm.
monster
And
out
it-
and a monster in.
Yeah.
We want to keep the monster in the pants, not out of the pants.
We need to zip it up.
Yes.
How is a bag gonna help?
I don't know. But if there's a magical item here, we should check it out. Maybe it has something inside it that could be helpful.
Oh, something inside the bag. Okay,
Maybe.
got it. Sure, that sounds great. Let's go to the temple. Let's turn around.
Is
and
it in
walk
the
out
temple
towards
or in the
temple.
shop?
It's in the temple.
It's in the temple? Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm going to look at Tenzin.
Mhm.
He's the guy who healed me, right?
Yes.
We need to gather some things together in order to make this ritual work. Do you mind if we go back to your temple and try to see if we can gather the necessary things?
Of course, anything you need.
Okay. So I guess we will make our way back across the
Yeah.
the
So
courtyard.
everybody works together with the hats and things. You can get around the slimes out here. I think you've got a fairly decent sized group, and they already lost one of their shovels. Why don't one of you defy danger? Someone's going to be on the outside of this thing.
I call him.
I think the only one without a hat is Adelaide.
Damn it! What am I defying danger with?
Dex. Yeah. Okay, so
That's 10 XP.
We're just power leveling you. It's fine.
Yeah.
so you end up too far away from the hats, and one of the slimes rolls up towards you
Mm-hmm.
and does that lunge thing, but one of the other watchers like dives in the way,
Oh no.
and it grabs him around the chest and starts pulling him in, and he's like, "Save the idol!" He like gets eaten by this.
Oh no. Oh god.
At least when I roll poorly, only I suffer for it.
I don't know. I feel like when you roll poorly, I also suffer for it.
But at that, the rest of you are able to clamber into the temple without getting injured in any way. And the other watcher that was with you like falls down and starts crying. But the other, like Tenzin and Khan, they're like men of action. Or people of action. They're focused on the task. So, what is it you need? What can we get you?
William, where was that thing you said you saw?
It's right here.
Yeah, there's a pedestal. You see like a bust of a person, and then right next to it is another pedestal with like this big purple satchel on it.
What is this bag?
Oh, you want to detect magic?
Yeah. I'm asking Tenzin.
Oh, you can ask Tenzin. Oh, this is Jed the Mover's satchel. This is how he moved Andona here.
Oh, that's how he got the statue here.
Yes.
Was in the
Legend
bag.
tells.
Legend tells. What was it, a couple of years ago?
No. This was, 60, 70 years ago, maybe?
Where
So
did
they
he
put
move
the
it here
statue back in
from?
the bag.
Where did he move the statue here from?
We do not know. He did not say. Actually, Wonderful William, you're the one who knew about Jed the Mover. Where did he move it here from?
I actually had something. Don't remember where I put it. Gone. Lost. Horribly lost. Well, he acquired it from the Great Walled City of Doors.
The Great Walled City of Doors?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's just a wall of doors.
That's where he got the idol of Andona.
Let's call it. Let's say the Domed City of Doors.
The Dome City of Doors.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we could put the idol or the statue back in the bag, and at least the statue itself would be contained within the bag. But that's not going to prevent from whatever is on the other side trying to get out. It would just kind of postpone the problem of dealing with this until later.
Could we just not drop the statue in a pit?
I mean, that's
Oh,
not
no,
going to seal the rift.
Andona, the only reason that this city is here is thanks to Andona's gift.
Yeah, I mean, without the statue, they don't have water.
There is no water source here. The fountain of Andona feeds these people. It is why we have farmland here.
I mean, putting the statue back in the bag is only going to be a temporary fix. I mean, the people are going to need the water and the tears that are coming from the statue. If this thing's coming through right away, we could put it in the bag so that we could get some rest and get Forest back up and fight whatever the thing is that's coming through, and then seal the rift.
Is the rift attached to the statue? Or
Yeah.
is the rift like a separate thing? So if the statue's in the bag, the rift will be in the bag?
I don't know how exactly that works.
You can spout lore.
That's worked out so well for me today. Yeah. I have a -1 int. Like it.
All right. Okay. I'm going to bank that for later. You're pretty sure that the rift is in the eyes. It is maintained by the idol itself. So if the statue was healed, like if you healed up the statue, or if the statue was moved, like the rift, it goes with the statue. To heal the rift, it's healing that opening in the eyes. So like if you shove it in the bag, the rift goes in the bag, and the water pours into the whatever extra dimensional space in the bag. In fact, that probably happened the first time around.
So, like I said, I feel like if we put it in the bag, it's a temporary fix. Eventually, we're going to have to deal with the thing that's coming through.
Could we put it in the bag, open the bag slightly, and have the bag pour into their well instead?
I mean, that's still... The rift is still ripping between here and the magical plane.
Yeah, but then whatever comes out is now stuck in the bag.
And it'll drown.
Yeah. The evil monster will turn into a robot and drown.
Yes, it will turn into a robot and drown.
I just don't feel like this is a very good plan. I mean, I think we're going to have to put the statue in the bag temporarily either way.
Or we fall back on plan A, which is take the bag, take
And
the
run.
hot air balloon.
The hot air balloon has been put away.
Well, when I was looking at the hot air balloon, they could figure out how to get it up, but then there's no way to fill it once it gets up there, so it's kind of a one-way trip. You go up and then crash. So that's not really a good option for us.
You know what? I bet if we were to somehow affix the bag hanging under the hot air balloon, and then put a fire source in the bag, that the bag would contain the fire source, and then you just open the top a little bit, and the hot air coming out of the bag would hold the balloon up.
You know what, Three Fort? I love how wonderful you are at creating solutions to problems. However, we have a problem over here that needs fixing. Could we focus that energy back into the... I mean, it's great. It's a very ingenious... I mean, I love where your head's at. But I feel like you found a solution to a problem we didn't have.
How about if we put the statue in the bag, seal it up nice and tight, and then we take the mask to the walrus cultists and leverage their magical cult powers against this problem?
What walrus cultists? What are you talking about?
He's
Oh, the walrus cultists are behind the red hats.
Hmm?
They're the one.
How do you know that?
Their symbol inside the red hat.
Yeah, William said so.
Yeah.
Well, let me see.
Yeah, it's clearly the walrus cultists.
Take
So,
William.
so I look inside the hat?
Yes.
Are you giving me a hat to look? I look inside the hat.
you don't need to spout lore.
Okay.
There is some bird shit in the hat, and it's like bright white, but it's like in the like a weird shape.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a cloth or something nearby and wipe it away
Mm-hmm.
and be like, William, that wasn't a sigil. Look. And I give you the hat back.
So then it's just a plain hat that's keeping oozes at bay.
They keep
Right.
the oozes at bay?
Yes.
Do you want to detect magic on the?
Which one
on
of
the
us
hat?
makes less sense right now?
You're making less sense. I am going to try to detect magic on this
Mhm.
with my -1.
Cool.
And -2.
Oh yeah, minus 3
Oh yeah,
because I have -3 in magic.
And you're eaten by a bear.
yeah. And let me just bank
Oh,
another
no.
hard move here.
The bird shit somehow magically formed an explosive rune.
That's right. I'm doing so poorly that the GM is banking my failures for a future task that's going to screw me completely.
All right.
All you need to get is 15 XP, and then you'll hit level 3.
I'm at 12.
So you you inspect this. Oh man, it doesn't. The spell doesn't happen, huh?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. So I don't even get a hard move. It's just your spell fails.
Yep, my spell failed.
Okay.
I try to go to detect magic, and there's nothing there. I'm worn out. I've been hit over the head too many times today. I'm soaking wet.
I
So
don't
the
even
hat's
think they.
not magic.
I don't think they
magic's
register
just not-
as magical to you.
Huh?
I don't think it registers as magic at all.
I don't.
So you-
I don't understand why these hats are. Maybe the oozes are afraid of the color red. I don't really know.
Or it is a holy relic of the walrus cultists and not magic at all.
I'm not saying that
They-
it's not walrus cultists. I'm just saying that there's no rune inside this, and I'm reserving judgment on these red hats as cultists until I
The
get further
walrus-
evidence.
The walrus cultists are well known for masking their magic with very difficult to break other types of magic. So
I mean-
it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to detect it.
I'm not saying that it's not walrus cult. I mean, we've been up against these guys before, so I completely understand. But I'm skeptical that it's the walrus cultists as of yet.
You've said that the last 3 times.
Well, and I was wrong all 3 times. Maybe this time I'm right.
Like
These guys
the
are
idea
diabolical.
that there is just like a string of adventures of you guys battling walrus cultists that exist in like some previous season. All right.
They're the reoccurring villain from seasons 1 through 4.
Yeah. I feel like so there's all right. You guys are
Now the
all
writers
this-
are swapping it up with this completely arbitrary, and it's the red herring that they're not actually involved.
So you guys are having this discussion about walrus cultists and hats and things, and Tenzin comes over and says, "What have you discovered? What can we do?
Well,
The people are scared."
I think that our best option at this point is to put the statue back inside Jed the Mover's magic bag.
But we need the statue.
Temporarily. I don't mean permanently. I mean put it in there tonight so that it is sealed off. There's something coming through the rift. I can feel it. But I am completely drained. I cannot fight whatever it is that's coming through. I can't even seal the rift right now with how exhausted I am. If we are able to temporarily hold back what's trying to come through, hopefully my friends and I, and in the morning, will be able to take care of this. The other thing is there's no point in us going out there and trying to fight whatever's coming through while the town is being overrun by your ooze problem. We can't fight a fight from 2 fronts. We can't be trying to prevent the oozes from getting to us at the same time. Trying to battle whatever it is that's coming through this. I haven't even been able to tell what it is that's coming through the rift, and I don't want to fight whatever that is and try to battle these oozes at the same time. Our best course of action is to get the statue put back in Jed the Mover's bag, get some rest. Hopefully Wonderful William has a few heal stories in him. And then we try to take care of this tomorrow. I don't want your town to not have water. I need to seal this rift. It is my destiny to seal the rifts. I'm not going to leave your town without water or without their statue, but I can't take care of it right now.
Very well. If that's what you must do.
It is. And we need Forrest at his best before we try to fight whatever it is. And as you've seen, he is nowhere near ready. Cue snoring sounds in the background.
Very well. We will hold the slimes back so that you may attempt to contain the idol Andona.
I go over and grab the bag off the pedestal.
Everyone's like,
And in like 40 people all at once. All right,
And
boys.
then you hear like whispers, "She touched the bag. No one's allowed to touch the bag. They're letting her touch the bag."
All right. Have your people create a barrier around me with their wall stick things.
And angry old woman is like, "I don't like it. No one should touch the
How
bag.
dare she?
She touched the butt."
You two, wear your red hats and come with me. We got to get this thing
All
put
right.
in the bag.
So, mosey our way over to the statue.
Yes, we make our way across.
Well, it's not going to fit in the bag with the sword sticking out of it, so remove the sword.
So you try to pull the sword out
Yeah.
of the stone
Yeah.
The sword and the stone?
with
Yeah.
your bloody hands.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Why don't you?
maybe Three Fort should help you with that.
Well, I'm going to do it anyways because I'm not going to realize that was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Why don't you
You're off.
defy danger with dex or with strength? Oh God. All right. So
This has been the best day, guys.
so you go to grab onto the handle, and there's not enough room for like two hands on there. So you're like, well, and you just like wrap a cloth or whatever around the blade a little bit, and you go to yank on it, and the like all of the wounds in your hand that had started to scab over just like rip open. Take a d6 of damage for me.
Oh God, he's gonna die.
Oh.
Oh shit. And like your hands start bleeding, and like one of the watchers rushes over and says, "Oh, what are you doing?" And they like try to wrap your
Helping?
hands.
Help! Help!
You're pretty sure your hands are gonna be worthless until you can get them healed up or until you can rest.
Three Fort, can you pull that thing out?
Sure. I'll try. Why is it? Okay, sure. Just reach up and try to grab it.
Try to
by
pull
the
it out of there?
handle. Yeah.
Defy danger
I'm
with
not gonna try with what?
strength.
I'm not gonna try like super hard. But
So that's a 0 if you're tabbed out and listening at home.
How is that even
guys-
possible?
0.
Don't forget to mark your XP.
Do you have a -1 in strength?
Oh, I do have a -1 in strength. Yeah.
Oh my lord!
How did you get to a
I
0
just-
though?
You probably rolled a 1 and got a -1.
on 2d6?
That doesn't make sense.
Oh
2
yeah.
plus 2 plus 3 plus -1. I don't know. It should have been 4. I don't know why it says 0.
Do you not have Defy Danger? Did you not have it changed to Strength?
Yeah, it's strength plus 0.
Weird.
Yeah. So either way, that's
Yep.
XP.
Yeah, I don't know why it says ++0 + 0.
That's weird.
Yeah, so that should have been a 4. That's really bizarre.
I still fail an XP.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all right. So I think what happens is you reach up and you've got the sword, but it's not just gonna come out smooth. So you do that thing where you like wiggle it to get it out of there, and like you pull it out, and a gout of blood just pours out of it and like drenches you and starts pouring into the fountain, and the water starts rushing. It's completely red now, and something is starting to the water's starting to churn.
Can I like shove like I don't know. I start pulling clothes out of my bag and like stuffing it in the hole.
Okay. I think so. Here, I'm gonna cash in that hard move I have
Of course.
from earlier.
When I pull the sword out and I get just drenched in blood, I'm gonna turn towards Tenzin holding the sword like covered in blood, and just be like, "Found the problem."
So you go to rush towards the eyes, and this like watery clawed hand bursts forth and grabs you by the throat, and like it starts to build into this large clawed water creature, and says, Silly guardian. What do you do?
Dive into the bag. Save yourself.
God, I don't know. I guess I would try to.
Don't forget, you guys can help each other. I'm just Wonderful
Yeah.
William. When you sing, you can give someone the next time they get help, they get a +2 instead of a +1. So I'm just throwing that out there. If you guys are feeling like beat down by negatives.
Well, I'm going to try to help her out.
Okay. Are you gonna do your song or your story or whatever, your arcane art, or are you gonna help?
Yeah, I guess I will tell her an exciting story about how anyone can escape from a clawed grasp by just twisting a hand and kicking really hard.
So you start talking through your defense courses.
Yeah,
My self-defense class.
that I hold at the women's shelter every third Friday.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and your arcane art. Oh, nice. All right.
Thank God.
So the ally gets the effect selected. So do you want to do the +2 instead of +1 the next time someone helps?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. So you now have if someone helps you, you get a +2. So the next time someone aids you.
Okay.
I think all of the watchers are helping.
Okay.
Right? Like all the watchers rush to your aid. So that's gonna count as them as like an aid.
Okay. I have the bag, right?
Yeah, you have the bag.
I'm gonna pull it over the thing.
Over the creature?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess hack and slash?
Sure. This would be great.
Okay.
Hey.
That's a 10.
Yeah, that is
That's
a 10.
All
right.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're okay, rather than deal your damage, I think you
Yeah.
start, So you pull up this magic artifact, and you get the sense that all you have to do is think that you want the thing inside of it.
Get in the bag. Get
and
in
it
the
will
bag.
go
Get in the bag. Me and all the voices. Get in the bag. Get in the bag.
So you want you in the bag too? No. So you throw this thing over its head, and the water starts rushing up into the bag. And it's like being pulled in, but it's still got a hold of you.
Yeah.
And so, like it's half of it's like has been pulled into the bag. What's everybody else doing?
Grabbing her by the legs and pulling.
I'm gonna take the newly,
Of course, using nubs at this point.
the brand new, bathed in the blood of Andona magical longsword that I have in my hand right now.
Short sword, but yes.
Short sword.
Short sword, yeah, because obviously this is a new magical item. It's been bathed in the blood of a goddess,
Mhm.
right?
Hobbs.
So, Obs, I'm gonna use it to try to hack at the monster's arm that's grabbing her.
Okay.
Cause it to.
All right. Yeah. Hack and slash.
All right, big money, big money.
Cool. So you guys are gonna trade damage, or something is that, or something else will happen. So go ahead and deal your damage. With
What's the
plus,
damage on
plus
a
1.
magic?
It's your
longsword?
damage. So whatever damage a rogue deals,
Oh.
and then you can add +1 to it.
You can actually click on the damage button.
Yeah, there's
Can
like a
I?
class damage button.
I knew that.
Okay, and then did you roll a 1 or no? So
No.
that's a 3.
3 damages
Okay.
to the monster's arm with a magical blood-quenched blade of Andona. The
So-
goddess of mercy and love is.
So what does this look like as you cleave through the watery arm?
Well, I'm not very good with the short sword, so it's probably kind of clumsy. I'm just surprised I hit it. Didn't cut her nose off. I was like, oh god.
So I think the other arm comes out and claws at you. So take 1d10 damage.
What? I didn't agree to that at all. Oh, that's a 19. Ow.
Okay. So you take 6, reduced by armor if you have any.
Nope.
All right.
So I'm going to try to pull Adelaide free.
Okay. Defy danger with strength. Actually, your hands are kind of busted, so you're just grabbing with your arms and pulling.
Yeah,
pulling
just
her back?
I'm grabbing
Yeah.
around her legs and.
Yeah. That makes sense. Or actually, you can defend. Either way, defy danger with strength or defend. I think defend uses con.
I like defend that.
What we got? Okay, so let's see. Hold 1. So long as you stand in defense when you or the thing you defend is attacked, you may spend 1 hold. Have the attack's effect or damage open up the attacker to an ally, giving the ally +1 forward against the attacker, or deal damage to the attacker equal to your level. So if the next time you or her are attacked by the monster, then you get to do one of those things.
All right.
All right, so let's see here. So what's Adelaide doing?
I'm sucking up the monster into the bag.
Okay. Why don't you defy danger with int for me?
Oh man.
Would you prefer strength or dex?
Yes. I have
Really?
I have a -1 int right now.
Yeah, but you.
Well, you have
plus
-2 to cast spells, but you only have a -1 to your int. Okay, see, you're okay. So more of this, more of the monster is being sucked into the bag, but you get the sense that there's something else here. A reddish being starts to like stand out of the water, and this like blood creature moves towards you.
I'm gonna start moving the bag over, like trying to pull away from the hand that has me, and trying to put it over the statue, so that the red that's coming out of its eyes that's making this blood monster starts getting sucked up with the statue.
Roll. Can you spout lore for me? Okay. You get the sense that this blood creature is Andona trying to help you.
Okay.
The form that it's taking is distinctly elven
Yeah.
and similar to the statue.
Okay. Okay. Then I will yell for the Watchers to aid Andona.
Okay. So, they like stop helping you and turn to, and like actually I think what happens because you got a 7, I think what happens is they all bow. Like they all just stop helping completely and they start worshiping this
Get off your knees!
embodiment of Andona that has just
Be
appeared
helpful,
before
you
them.
idiots!
They're witnessing a miracle.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Change your plans. Put Andona in the bag. We'll sell her.
I'm gonna stagger backwards because that thing just hurt me and I didn't really care for it very much. And I'm gonna give Andona the magical Andona blood sword. Have at it, blood demon.
You just offer it to the
Yeah.
blood for the blood god. All right.
I'll just hold it up, blood goddess, your weapon.
So she takes it, and
That's my sword. I got dibs on that. When this is all over.
It's been touched by a goddess.
and
Forged
so
in the blood of Andona, used to slay an evil demon by the goddess herself. You know how much coin that's gonna be worth?
I think Andona, or the embodiment of Dona, takes the sword, goes to Adelaide, and
And
like
runs me through.
in your head you hear the blood of our kin can close the barrier, and she offers you the sword.
Oh shit. All right. I grab the sword. I cut my hand and I put it on the
statue?
on the statue.
Okay. I feel like
When
we're
she-
in a ritual now. Like
When
you're
she
doing.
does that, can I dive forward and grab the bag when she drops it?
Yeah, because I dropped the bag.
Yeah. I feel like we're doing the thing, right? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there's not even a roll for a ritual. Draw
Nope.
on a place of power to create a magical effect. Tell the GM. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So,
Yay! No rolls.
But you're so close to level 3.
I think we do want to defy danger with con though to see how much blood you lose.
A lot.
So go ahead
All of
and defy danger with con for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much health do you have?
8.
All right.
Take
So-
a d20 damage.
As
Yeah.
the water monster is consumed by the bag.
Yeah.
You drop the bag in the fountain. You pull the thing and you press it to the face of the statue.
Yeah.
The blood is being drawn out of you and into the statue. As this ritual takes hold, all of the blood in the fountain begins to get pulled back into the statue. And you hear one last time in your head, your sacrifice has been noted, and you all this blood gets pulled into the statue. Roll a d10 for me.
Here comes the crit.
Okay. So you lose 3 hit points and you go unconscious. And as she passes out in the fountain, the blood pools back into the statue. The rift, the tear in the back, heals, and the water quiets. All of the watchers, one of them, Tenzin, rushes over to catch you and pull you to the side. And as the slime, you guys look around, the water calms. The slimes begin to leave, just as the sun peaks up over the horizon. I think that's probably a good place to end this session. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So, about that mask.
Okay, so I think that scene ends. Let's deal with that. So that scene ends. You as everyone's looking around, 3-4. Why don't you discern realities for me? Okay. So you you know what? You can ask a question, or I can give you a freebie.
I like freebies.
Okay. So as you guys are looking around, you're watching the slimes leave. You notice that John was perched up on one of the rooftops watching to see how you did.
Okay.
And so he sees all this, sees you helping them, and he sort of shakes his head and he walks away.
Okay. It's fine. They don't know the whole story. I'll set them straight when I show up with the mask.
All right. So what do you guys do next?
I'm asleep.
What was that, Wonderful William?
I'm going to regale everyone with the heroic tale of how 3 adventurers walked into town and saved an entire town from an attack from a weird water monster and a blood god.
All right. What are you trying to do with that regaling?
Well, it's so heroic and uplifting that everyone starts to feel better. And
Okay, so you're trying to heal everybody up? Or
yes.
All right. Go ahead. Okay. So
It was very
definitely,
fresh in my mind. So
I definitely think that everybody benefits from this. So go ahead and roll your d8.
Every line begins with, "You remember when?"
Oh yeah, everybody
Nice.
gets 8 hit points back,
Yay!
including all the watchers and things that are there, and people that are there. They begin to beg you to retell the story after you've just finished it. You have to tell everyone, and they start dragging you towards the temple so you can tell all the townsfolk of what just happened and how they witnessed Andona, and you must tell that we saw Andona. And, I definitely think that they give you they let you stay there. They're all going to give you the hospitality of minstrels. So if you guys want, you can rest. I think they'll put you up for the day.
I don't think I have a choice.
Yeah, you're out.
well, you still heal. Did you heal?
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your soul heard it, even if your ears did.
right.
Yeah. That it touched me here.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Well,
think.
Three Forts.
Go
Three
ahead.
Forts at full hit points, so I'm ready to continue my journey.
Okay, so they take Adelaide into the temple and get her a bed next to Forrest, and William. They unless you're gonna fight them, they drag you into the temple and make you tell everyone the story several times. That leaves Three Fort. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna go over to Sunil's with
Mhm.
my new Blood God sword and my bag that nobody has thought to claim from me.
Yeah.
Well, the
Say.
blood god sword is mine. Just saying.
When your
Sure.
hands heal.
I'm just holding it for you.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't mind.
I feel
does
like
say
it
property
might be
Jen
mine.
Kelly.
I'm pretty sure now that I've
mean-
cut myself with that sword, it's mine. But I'm not here to fight you guys on it, so.
Haven't I cut myself with that sword too? In fact, I cut myself with it first.
Yeah, but did you save a whole town?
Yes.
Look, I'm not. I'm
I'm the one telling
I'm
the
not a
story while
bard.
you're unconscious.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
the one that saved the town.
That's
I'm
true.
not as good of a storyteller as William, but I have heard a number of stories, and as far as I remember, the one who pulls the sword out of the rock is the one who gets to have rightful claim over it.
That's how you become king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely how you become king.
Yeah, so I am the king of this town because I pulled the Blood God sword out.
Mm-hmm.
And the bag belongs to me because I am the wielder of the Blood God sword. Bag 2 now, it's mine. And I need your mask, Sunil. Give it.
He sort of says, well, you still haven't done the task that I asked you, but I suppose I owe you a bit of goodwill.
What was
After
the task you asked us for? It's been a long night.
You're meant to clear out all of the oozes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're working on it. That's what the hat's for. Remember? We're
I do.
Waller's called this. Yeah.
Very well.
This is all part of that. This is all part of that. You're
Con-
basically just helping us finish the job. You gotta help us help you.
Consider it a loan. That is
Oh,
a
yeah.
very pricey piece.
Sure.
How
How
11 coin.
how much does this one go for?
You seem worldly enough. Around here, it would sell for about 10 coin. But
Mhm.
you might have noticed the economy's not what it normally is.
Mhm.
That would definitely be a several hundred coin piece. Should you take it somewhere else?
Well, how about if I were to leave you a deposit on this as safety for safety deposit? I'll give them those five coins and be like, half now, and if anything happens to it, it will not leave the city, so the value
just-
will not be.
He just pushes the coins back and he says, "Just take it."
Okay. Well, thank you for your assistance.
The
in this
goodwill
mission.
of these people is more important than the price I
Oh,
fetch
yeah.
for that headdress.
Yeah, absolutely. When we're done here, you will have a very good ranking in town. Be
Be
very
sure
well
to
thought of
remind
by the
everyone that you see how instrumental Sunil was in the Savior.
people. Yes.
Mm.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah. You helped
Thank you.
greatly. All right. So I'm gonna walk into the temple, poofy flower mask, a red fez,
Okay.
with the blood god sword, and a bag. Be like, all right,
Time
our
to
job,
kick some
our
ass.
job,
3-4
our
is ready
job
for
here is
adventure.
done.
Okay. Yeah, so you make your way in. Definitely think that's the end of that arc or that piece for you.
I have 13 XP.
So tell you what, why don't we do? I think
Biscuit.
everyone's gonna get a chance to rest, or make camp or whatever. So why don't we go ahead and do XP? We'll let you guys level up.
Okay.
So let me.
Oh yes, because there's more XP to come. Because it's the end of a game.
So you guys,
I'm
so
the all
so
the
we're
level
gonna go ahead and
stats.
go through the level up stuff, and let's see what happens. All right, where's my special moves? Here we go. All right. So end of session. When you reach the end of a session, choose one of your bonds you feel that is resolved, completely explored, or no longer relevant or otherwise. Ask the player if the character you have the bond with, if they agree. If they do, mark XP and write a new bond with whomever you wish. So, do you have any of your bonds or have any of your bonds changed or resolved?
Well, my bond with Forrest is that I stole something from him, so no.
Yeah, you're gonna steal some more stuff.
Yeah.
No, I think all my bonds are pretty much still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, William is still continuing to keep a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Forrest is still important to the things to come. And I definitely feel like 3-4 is woefully misinformed about the world. So, no. I think all my bonds are staying.
Okay. So no changes to your bonds. Once bonds have been updated, look at your alignment. If you fulfilled that alignment at least once this session, mark XP. Then answer these 3 questions as a group. So everybody read your alignment for me, and we'll see if you guys get XP for your acting
Use
under your alignment.
magic to directly aid another.
Yeah. Okay.
Perform your art to aid someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did that in the fountain.
All right. Mine is leap into danger without a plan.
Yep. Yeah.
Do we all have that one?
I think we learned it from him.
I feel like you all definitely hit those, so gain 1 XP for each.
I learned
Nice.
it from watching you.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Horticulturists are behind it all.
Yeah, we definitely did not learn that, but somebody thinks that. I don't know. Maybe it'll turn out to be true. All right, so everybody mark XP for that one. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, we
Sure.
killed Andona.
So everybody gets an XP
No,
for
we
that.
put her back in the box.
She's
then-
a blood demon.
Did we loot a memorable treasure?
I mean,
Yes.
we have
Yes.
the bag
Yes.
And the blood god sword.
and the blood god sword.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and red hats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You
And
guys got all kinds of
the
stuff.
face dress
Fancy
thing.
headdress. So that's 4 XP.
No, that's 1 XP because the answer was yes. Okay, so you have all right. So level up. When you have downtime, hours or days, and XP equal to or greater than your current level plus 7. So I think everybody does. You can reflect on your experiences and hone your skills. Subtract your current level plus 7 from your XP. Increase your level by 1. Choose a new advanced move from your class. If you're a wizard, you also get to add a new spell to your spell book.
Woohoo!
And choose one of your stats to increase by 1. This may change your modifier. So everybody's one stat goes up, and the stat, not the bonus. It may increase the bonus though.
Do we have a max
What are
that
the
our
modifiers?
I don't think there's I don't know if there's a max of 18.
Yeah, 18 is the high. That's +3.
So the modifiers, yeah, after 18 it's just +3. 16 to 17 is +2. 13 to 15 is +1. 9 to 12 is 0, and 6 to 8 is -1.
So 17 XP would be 2 level ups, right?
Yeah.
So 17 XP? Do you
I think
really have
15.
17 XP? Yeah,
No,
it
I
would
have
be 2
16.
level ups.
I had 17 XP.
Oh my god. Yeah, it would be 2 level ups.
I failed super hard, guys.
Just keep doing it. If you subtract 7, if you remove 8 and you have 9 more, then you can level up again.
So I get 2 spells then?
Yeah, so you do all of those twice.
Okay.
So you're gonna get 2 new moves. Your level is now 3 if you had 17 XP.
Yep.
And you get 2 new spells, and one of those spells can be a 3rd level spell, I think. Or well, you add new spells to your spell book. So
Yeah.
Okay, so for my advanced move,
I think you can
I
add
am-
any spell to your spell book, but
I am taking Wealth and Taste.
okay.
When
What
I
is
make
Wealth
a
and
show, when I make a show of flashing around my most valuable possession, choose someone present. They will do anything they can to obtain your item or one like it.
Okay. Very cool. What's your most prized possession?
I'm, I don't know. Probably right now the fancy mask or the blood god sword, or
Is it the
Bag of
little
holding.
bird creature that's on your shoulder?
oh, I still have that. Oh man. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I need to think about these things.
Okay.
Man, there's a lot of advanced moves. I didn't see half of these in the book.
Yeah. So you get moves that are between the 2 and 5 moves, because there's moves that are higher up. Are you just looking at the moves in the compendium?
No, I'm looking in Roll20. It doesn't have a divider. It just says these are the 2 to 5 moves, but it doesn't have the 5+ like what
Oh,
that
it does.
line is.
It doesn't have a line. It just literally keeps writing, and it says these are the super good ones.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh well. Like the Wealth and Taste is like the second one down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Here we go.
So how do you add? Never mind.
Yeah, when you gain a level from 2 to 5, and then it says when you gain a level from 6 to 10. So cool.
oh, there
What
it
did you-
is.
What did you ask, Gidget?
Never mind.
Okay. Well, I think everyone got their XP. We're gonna do some leveling stuff, but thank you to everyone who hung out and watched our little tale here. We'll be back next month, July 9th, same bat time, same bat channel, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. If you liked.
July 14th.
Oh, sorry, July 14th. Sorry, July 14th. Second Saturday of the month. If you like the show, give us a follow. If we hit 50, then we can start doing subs and bits and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So, but thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Anybody want to do any shout-outs or say anything before we go?
Bye.
Bye.
Just shouting out bye. Perfect.
Love you.
I think you're okay.